Okay.
Okay,
Game
get
started.
Victor's voice.
Go for
mix
it.
Just let me know.
songs.
Should be started. So
Okay. So, last time you guys met with Milo, went to a secret cave on Lake Renoa. You traversed through the hidden temple of sorts. You encountered blood cultists who worshipped the blood corn and announced that their love for corn was undying and you must be sacrificed to the blood god as blood for the blood god. You took them on and you found what seemed to be a diary of a different language, who Milo happened to translate for you using some sort of spirit communication link he has with people he's met. You found a gentleman inside of a ring called the Initiator who initiated Victor and Zam. Zam failing, but Victor overcoming his trial and gaining access into the next room. You encountered Blood Witch Mavis, who you dispatched quickly and with ease. Upon Artemis interrogating her as the rest of the group kind of moved forward, she found that there were multiple entities fighting for control of this person's mind, making it rather hard to sway her to her own side. Or their own side. I forget what Artemis goes by. But
oh, doesn't matter.
yeah. Seeing that this individual probably couldn't be swayed, decided to use her to decorate the walls. Upon going deeper and deeper, you run into an old acquaintance of Kai, Hero, as well as his girlfriend, Juno. There they were having what looked like a small meeting as you interrupted, as well as a giant storming kind of pirate-looking figure. You saw, as you would know to be Godric Stormhentel, who is one of the 6 pirate warlords. Not the Pirate King, but one of the 6 pirate warlords. There was heated words said between Kai and Hero, and ultimately Hero retreated, giving you a present of a pacifist kind of, not bitches, no bitches, yes, kind of passageway, and just kind of left you with what you sought, which were the children of Gracefield in the other room. A little angered by this, Kai tried to keep his cool, and when provoked by Artemis and said, no, I'm going to save my rage, lashed out, seeming to not have complete control over his body. You guys entered to the room to see the kids, and the kids, not knowing what was to become of them, Zan offered a hand to help as the kids lashed out. In a kind of caring way, you just kind of kept them calm and understood that help was there to help. You escort them out of the building as you see Artemis and her crew slathering blood and gore and things amongst the walls, just saying the Lord of Murder has returned or is here. Lord Artemis, X and Y, across the wall. As you left, Tyler, you did see Zam in one of the other rooms collecting bodies of 2 people that weren't dead when you last left. We'll pick up there as you guys have kind of leaving the room, and you've been told that someone is on their way to at least take the alive prisoners to jail or something. Yeah, there are. The ones with X's are alive.
I thought they died.
Nope.
No, they didn't.
No, they knocked out Rice.
Was it supposed
Yeah,
to?
Tyler.
Artemis' crew killed them, didn't they?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
there's enough blood and gore to get everything decorated. The pots that you guys didn't really look at all
Those are
contain blood.
pods.
Yes, there are pots
Yeah,
filled with
Artemis
blood.
knocked one over. That's why the blood is
Yeah,
here.
Artemis. Exactly.
Yeah, whatever pots aren't being used or don't be used, like Artemis is having the minions take them back with them. You know, for the towns. Can't let blood go to waste.
That's fine.
Blood for the blood drive.
blood for the blood god.
You don't want good blood to go to waste.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these urns. Yeah. I was gonna say these urns have like a very interesting enchantment on them that the blood doesn't coagulate. It doesn't like ferment. It doesn't seem to
that's cool.
wait.
I was just about to ask that.
We're taking
Yeah,
all
that's
the
pretty
pots
cool.
then. Artemis put one in every town. You know, extra blood.
Yeah, that's probably
Sure,
very
yeah,
useful
that's
for hospitals and stuff.
No rigor mortis.
I was gonna say
Put a corpse in there. No rigor mortis.
if Victor were to examine these, you would clearly tell that this is very specifically for blood. If you put anything else, it probably wouldn't have the same
Yeah.
effect. But it is just like a minor enchant that seems to keep the blood fresh. So
I can just imagine Artemis with a dolly opening to her, like, opening to her mansion.
Yeah, she keeps
Just have a FedEx outfit, yeah.
Usually keep one in the maid cafe, you know, for the towns.
That might be useful for transportation of these prisoners if she can shunt them into her, magical zone. Because I know that I don't think even me or Victor can carry all these guys at once.
How many of them are there?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 living guys.
And there's not enough wood or nor cloth to build either a boat or like a hammock to carry in.
Tyler was thinking about multiple trips.
Yeah, you guys have fun with that.
I could take 2 per trip. It wouldn't be that hard.
I mean, same, but like.
I don't think you're strong enough to lift both those people.
Yeah, no, that was about to say, like, I could take them, but I wouldn't be able to actually lift them.
Yeah.
I mean, if Milo just kind of says, you know, if you really insist on taking them all right this minute, I can. It kind of goes against. I mean, I guess I didn't attack them. More like take them to save. He seems like he's really contemplating the law that they seem to be run by. He's like, I guess it's not it's not breaking the rule. Okay. He's like, I can probably get to carry 2, basically. So if you can carry 2 and someone else can carry 2 and I can carry 2, that should be all of them.
Though I still have to question. What exact forms of law enforcement are around here? Being this place seems largely lawless other than honor codes.
Indeed, the issue of them providing a safe place
So,
to
what
reside.
happens if they have broken these honor codes, being that they clearly have?
Well, between pirates, there's no law. I mean, you would be sentenced to the, pirate jury, judge, executioner things. So here,
The plank, basically.
The plank, yes, as children like to say. But we have other methods of dealing with our own. But right now,
Keel hauling?
if I say again,
Keel hauling?
I don't know what calling is.
Out of character. Keel hauling is a form of naval punishment pirates did it to torture people. You tie them to a rope, throw them overboard, and drag them underneath the hull of the ship.
Yeah.
It's extremely painful, terrifying, and it can be torture or death. So,
Why it's so terrifying is barnacles that cling on to the ship are razor sharp.
I get you.
So you could die from that. If
In
not.
the seawater, yeah.
There long enough, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So if you don't drown, you'll be ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
Or survive and be brutally maimed.
Horrifyingly scarred for the rest of your life, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Murders, I don't know if you're intending to, but your voice is not working. I don't know if you were pressing your button or not.
Who's talking?
Just so you
Oh,
know.
let me check.
Yeah.
There it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
If I
Harmonica voice.
Milo says they stopped doing that barbaric things quite a long time ago, but no, it's similar to most other people's jury. We just hold ourselves accountable for them, but these pirates we're calling pirates now. Just you guys are on the same page. I'm not gonna keep calling them free runners because, anyways.
Yes, you can use your euphemisms, but they're pirates.
We deal with our own, but since they are kind of like in the palm of the king, they'd probably just be slapped on the wrist and given. So, if anything, we can give them to the local authorities and tell them that they've been kidnapping children and they should serve time in Kintra's law system.
That was I was most worried about. If they could just, be put away somewhere and most likely just be re-recruited, it probably wouldn't do any good. But if they're going to be putting some way in which you can at least marginally know that they're going to be taken care of, then I'll accept that.
I don't know much about Kintra's law systems, but child kidnapping is one of the more heavy offenses here, so I'd imagine they wouldn't get off scot-free, but...
Is there a place... do you have any things for the... criminal crazy? Is that the right term?
Do you have a mental asylum?
I'm not a resident of Kintra. I don't know, actually.
Probably not in Little Pirate Town. I mean, they might have one like...
Once again, that's not a pirate town. It's a free port. It's just, they don't...
Pirate Town.
Yeah.
I'm just calling it Pirate Town.
Yes.
No. It's not a pirate town. It's a free port. It's where we would just come to do business outside of ourselves.
Sure.
We have a pirate
due to that, all the pirates show up, and so it's basically, Once again, you can use all the euphemisms you like, it doesn't change what it is.
Yeah, you had a pirate bar.
When do I get my eye patch?
Are you
just kidding, I can make one myself.
What did you say, Zen?
I was going to say, I think the point that the point that he was getting at was that I don't think that pirates specifically do deals in free ports. Under my assumption, if I remember correctly, pirates have their own individual ports that they usually sail to.
Sure, the pirate port. And that's a pirate town. There's pirates there. There's a lot of them. It's like a...
It's a refuge for them, so...
Yeah, it looked like a pirate town.
He just kind of laughs and goes,
they have
if you think that's a refuge for it, then you haven't seen anything.
Yeah, you have like an inn there, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know how many towns have pirate inns or bars.
Okay, so there's just another den of lawlessness. Okay.
Yeah, it's a place where pirates could have a bar and not be stopped for having a bar. So it's not necessarily a pirate town, but it's more of like I guess like a lawless. I don't want to say lawless, but a seedy town.
A free port.
Sure, free port. I guess that's the polite way you say it.
I mean, you can use as many words as you need to describe it. The people here are
there's two.
free.
Pirate town.
Pirate light town. There we go.
Okay, 3 words.
Tell me, do you know anything of actual pirate towns?
Artemis pulls out her book.
Tyler pulls out his nursery rhyme book of pirate things.
All the research she's been doing, all the books. I know this stuff about pirate towns. How much do I know about it?
He like sees the book, the old book that you have, and goes, look, and he kind of like flips to like a page within the book. He's like, see this? And then he points to it's like a chapter that says the mystery of Misto Niva. Is like this is a pirate town. And in the paragraph, it basically says that somewhere along the ocean floats a massive collection of ships that are kind of like boarded together, and this is the pirate stronghold known as Misto Chovne. Yeah, this one. So Misto Chovne.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Actually, that's where we were
Assassination
at.
list, submarine.
I thought that's actually where we were at. Where are we at then?
No,
pick
you're
another town.
Okay.
Lostward.
I would just move us over there. Yeah, you guys are at Lostward.
Oh, okay. I see. It looks exactly the same with the water down the middle of the ship going. Okay, that's why. Okay,
It
yeah.
looks very
For some
similar,
reason,
right?
I was.
It's very similar, but not.
Yeah, I was even thinking like, oh, that's yeah. The other one's
Very-
bilge water, and I was like, man, this bilge water looks a little bit weird. And I was like, what happened? Yeah, okay, never mind.
So basically,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so basically that ship in Moana, that giant that boat. that has
Sure,
other
the coconut
smaller
boat. Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, similar. Yeah.
Okay, so where's the it's Pirate Queen there?
No,
Okay.
she's not there. That's where the Pirate King is.
That's where he is. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So that's where she was, and then she had to leave.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
If no one knows where it is, how does anyone get there?
Oh,
Well, I'm sure
Pirates know
pirates
where
do.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Gotta find a pirate. Okay.
Tylo just stares at Milo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, should we go back to your bar and talk, or do you just want to hang out in this blood den? And
no. Yeah, no. Let's leave. We can definitely leave.
Yeah.
And you just kind of hear some of the kids like start like yeah.
Like, shut up, kid. You know what I mean?
I too would prefer somewhere that smells slightly less terrible.
I
Indeed.
didn't care about smell.
Yeah. Oh, smell. You can smell.
It's an, it's an annoyance.
I'll do my best to try and carry as many kids as I can.
Yeah. Along if Milo is helping to, you see him exert more magical energies that he wasn't obviously into before because his reluctance to fight pirates. However, he didn't see as doing so. So he's exerting himself more to kind of you see like some of the kids start kind of like floating and levitating. He just kind of like ties like rope to them and
Yeah,
just
you
kinda, like,
make them all levitate.
Yeah.
You tie strings to them like balloons, and you just drag them along.
Yeah, exactly. And they're kind of like,
Balloon
"Whee!"
kids.
Yeah,
Just
Very
drag
like-
behind its sonic speed.
very Peter Pan-esque,
Tylo nudges Kai.
Yeah.
You still have that walking ring, right?
What?
Walking ring.
The ring that makes you walk on water.
Oh,
Yeah. Kind of fans his hand. It's right here.
You said Gracefield children can't swim well.
Oh,
Would you mind
this
carrying
one
one of them?
Sure. Hold on.
So
Oh
I guess-
shit, you're fat. I mean, I'm sorry, kid.
Wait, what did you say?
fat ass kid.
Yeah, oh shit, you're fat. Sorry, kid.
How are you homeless and fat? Orphan. How are you an orphan and fat? Well, he's homeless now.
the others.
He ate the other one, yeah.
God.
The other, there used to be 8 kids there. Now there's 6.
I mean,
Where'd the
they
other
did-
2 kids
They
go?
did feed the orphans pretty well. It's just he just beat up all the kids and took their food. That's why they all look. Go eat your cornbread.
It's like a plasma, you just get stronger the more people eat.
Yes, the diet they gave to the prisoners is only corn.
That's why I remember.
and
They all have pellagra. They all...
That wouldn't be the first
So-
time
so-
Artemis had to kill an orphan that was eating the other orphans.
I mean, you're not wrong.
If I had a nickel,
Every time I have to hear about an orphan eating other orphans, I'd have 2 nickels. I know it's not a lot, but it's weird that happened twice.
Alright, let's pull it back. I love this combo.
So you eventually make it back into town. The kids seem to kind of warm up to you. The unlikely one is that Victor, you've got this like little girl, probably one of the youngest in the group. You know, kind of like this overly big white shirt, kind of shoulder kind of exposed. She's got like this pink hair, and just dirty, dirty little kid, like the dirtiest little kid. And she seems to feel most safe beside you, and you can see that you've stopped it a couple times, but as you guys kind of like walk, she kind of like reaches for your like pant leg.
Victor wouldn't stop her.
So you just out of comfort.
Doesn't want to be mean to the group of terrified children with fire powers. It's not the smartest idea.
Yeah, so just out of comfort, you just let her kind of like hold on to your pant leg. It doesn't seem like she's tugging or using you for leverage. Just she seems okay next to you, and given that she's spent more time with other little kids, it's kind of strange to you that she's feeling safe around you, but she is. And the other people all have got the same kind of like attention from some, except Artemis. Artemis seems to like
Artemis terrifies.
No. Artemis right now, she was ignoring them, and then once she realized we can't really do anything until we move on, she's turned into little Artemis, and she's like fucking with the kids.
Yeah. Artemis is like chasing like one of the kids. Would you chase one of the kids around?
Yeah, I'm trying to make them use their power, see what they can do.
So you're like chasing, like you're pretending like you're being like a killer, and you're chasing them around, and one of them is just like kind of like crying, running around, but none of the other kids seem to like stop you, almost like as in you're playing around. And
I have a plastic dagger right now. Literally just plastic.
It's like one of those bendy prop ones.
Yeah, but if
you're the pint-sized slasher.
Yeah.
Kai, you seem to kind of brandish like two of them. They seem to be in the same kind of sense, like they feel safe in your kind of presence.
So could I ask some questions like, hey, when you guys were held captive, do you remember seeing a very pretty lady with big yellow eyes? She's like dark hair and like really soft spoken.
The kind of like group of kids kind of like looks at each other and just like, you see the one that's kind of like fatigued a little bit, the one that had burnout in kind of like the center of his forehead. They kind of like, the two kids kind of like whisper to him, and then he responds. It's like, they said she'd come by so often to give us food. She was the nicest one there.
Did she tell you guys anything about like why she was there?
Some more whispering, some like chatter. No, she always said that. Don't worry, she'll take care of us. That she'll find us a good home. But then the other ones would come in and beat us, make us use our powers, and then the other one kind of starts tearing up. The other one kind of comforts him.
Did you guys realize she was like us? I kind of like just kind of give it a sample of my power.
It's like we get this like tingling feeling, and they kind of like point to their chest. It's a similar feeling you felt before, and it's one that you would know. So you can assume that yes, but maybe they don't quite understand why.
Well, we're all one big family, so actually you guys aren't alone in this situation. And that was my girlfriend. So just like she said she'll be taken care of, I'll make sure it's true. Okay?
They kind of like, the older one, the one with the kind of like burnout on his head, seems kind of confused when you say it, because when you say that was my girlfriend, and then seeing the images that you saw where, being, definitely with someone else, he's a little confused when you say that, but he kind of like, and just
so
like,
reading his face, I was like, you saw something different too.
I don't want to say in front of the kids. You can see that he was the older one of the group, and these are much more like younger kids, like 4 or 5, and he's kind of trying to like communicate the best he can, but obviously the dialect of a 3 and 5-year-old roughly kind of, rough.
Yeah, gotcha. So I'll say we'll talk on the side. There's something weird going on. Takes a little bit more explanation, but yeah, she was definitely mine. We'll continue on, I guess, to get to where we need to get to.
So these conversations kind of go on, and Tyler, you kind of got like this girl that's you kind of like. She seems very energetic, but you kind of get clues that something's not quite right. She seems to be like tripping over things that, like sticks and things that clearly visible. And at one point she kind of trips and falls, and you kind of go and rush over to her and kind of look, and you see that her eyes. And this is one of the older, so you have the older kid who was standing up. You have this other girl who has this kind of like really, really like long, shaggy hair that kind of goes all the way down to about her nose, and the hair in her back kind of goes all the way down, and she kind of trips. And you kind of run over to her, and kind of see, and you look at her in the face, like, "Are you okay?" And you see that her eyes are burnt out.
I was just going to give her a hug, and
she's not really sure why you're giving her a hug, but she likes it.
She started yelling "Stranger danger."
Yeah. So, like, her hair is like she's tripping over her hair.
It's not her tripping over her hair. It's more so that her power involves her eyes in some ways, and they overexerted her using them to the point where it started burning out her eyes. So her sight is either being diminished or almost gone.
Her light bulb blew out.
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
Well, Tylo is going to, I guess, fix up her hair real quick, just so it's not like dragging on the floor, just so it's not less dirty. Are there any songs you like? Goodness. What's your name, first off?
Julie.
I'm Tylo. He grabs her. He grabs her arm and just guides it to his hand. It's nice to meet you. So, do you like any songs?
What are songs?
Well, do I have a treat for you? Well, more than the soft pretzels. He brings out his ukulele and begins to play.
Yeah, so you begin to play your song, and you see that the attention of the kids all seem to kind of perk up as they start hearing music. Some of them kind of really only hearing music for the first time. It's kind of weird seeing children of this age still having that moment where, like, they've discovered something new, like discovering color, discovering, what happens when it rains and then you see the light kind of hit it into a rainbow. It's that beautiful kind of innocence of a child.
How long do we know that they might have been in there, captured?
Milo says, I couldn't say. They've been stealing kids for the last maybe 2-3 weeks. But I couldn't say how long each individual one. we couldn't really keep track of that. It was hard enough dealing with, gathering information as it was. But you eventually make your way to the Rum Runner. Milo says to the group, it's like, well, you had mentioned that you possibly knew a place where we could keep them safe. I have no objections. Let's get them a warm meal, get them cleaned up, and we'll clothe them, and we'll talk about what we need to do for them as we plan what you asked for.
Yes, we could hold them on the once broken for a time.
That's the most humane thing you've ever done, Victor. Or at least offered.
Yeah, I was like, fuck them kids. But yeah, sure, you're gonna bring them on a boat. It's on you.
I mean,
I don't understand. I don't understand your lack of compassion towards your fellow man, Artemis. But okay.
I'm not a man. What?
She's clearly.
Sometimes do you not understand the figure of speech?
I mean, sometimes you are.
But didn't Artemis also say that they're not?
Yeah, like to me, you guys are like cows almost.
Yeah,
How you
we're
guys
lesser than two.
Yeah,
Oh yes, she's a racist. I forgot.
Right.
that's not how that works. Not a racist.
We have a dynamic, Victor. Jeez.
She's not even that fast.
You're the
Yeah.
purist. She's the racist. I'm the goofball. Tyler's the idiot. Wait, am I the idiot or is it Tyler?
We can both be the idiot.
Yeah.
The goofball idiot. High five. Yeah,
I'm the goofball and the racist, I guess.
And Zan, over here, you're the smartass, right?
Alex, you're a useless girl.
I'm sorry. I just ran like maybe 1 minute ago to go bring my dogs in.
No, we just
Introduction to everybody's purpose in the group.
Oh yeah.
Racist would mean if I'm racist towards other gods.
Really?
Yeah.
That would just be towards anything that you think is lesser than you.
No. Do you not think a chicken is lesser than you? Does that mean you're a racist if you do?
That's a
I
species.
mean, yeah.
Huh?
Towards another sentient. Towards another sentient being, I would say. This is my standard, at least.
Another person?
I mean,
I'll eat all chickens, no question.
just like how potentially if an elf thinks a human is kind of lesser than them because of their lifespan, I'll be like, okay, that's a little bit of a stretch, but I can see where you're coming from.
So am I a chicken to you?
I don't know, kinda.
I'm just imagining the kids hearing this discussion of "Are we chickens?"
What do I do?
Yeah. You see, like, two of them, like, I want to be a chicken, and it's like,
Yeah. I was like, maybe one day when you grow up and actually can do something, because right now you just run around screaming. No,
I want to be a druid to be able to turn into a chicken.
you can be a chicken just like an Armor's like puts her arms around Sona and like.
Tyler just strums Old McDonald for the kids.
Yeah, you kind of see, like,
Who is this mech?
one of them kind of like, oh, wait. I like that look of, like, why does this sound familiar to me?
Yeah, it's like the da 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 da.
What? Oh.
It's like a familiar tune.
Yeah, it's something that everyone knows but can't put their finger on.
Even though they haven't heard songs,
Yeah.
I don't know
I mean, above game, you would get this more like a bit of the previous soul kind of seeping through, like a memory of of the past self.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what you would. I mean, that's what Kai would get. He would be the more attuned to this, but you would see that kind of like you've seen in your dreams sometimes that you have those experiences that aren't yours, but you feel like you're there and you've encountered those things.
I'm
It hasn't happened.
One of the kids about the music. Hi, look at this kid. He doesn't know what music is. Look at what an idiot!
You're that dig down.
Yeah, but she's little Artemis doing it, so it's like adorable but fucked up still.
The boy, God,
what an idiot!
What a doof!
Yeah.
But yes, Kai, while you call me the purist, I wouldn't describe myself with that. I would call myself the perfectionist, if anything. Now, and
Artemis.
You sure I'm the racist?
With what you say about that, that is still with the elf to the human. That is still complete racism. There's still
yeah. It's racist,
living being.
But I can see some ground there. It's just not.
Does not make it right.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right.
Someone and empathizing with them are two different things.
Yeah. Like you guys are like humans, and you guys have like you're a human. I don't know what the fuck you are.
When you said human, I thought you were saying we were cute.
Yeah, like like you guys are like I don't know. You guys have dogs, and you guys love your dogs, and don't want bad things to happen to them and stuff. But
I mean, I have.
You consider us pets?
Kinda. Not you guys.
Oh,
you guys aren't mine. Armors points to the ones behind. Like, these are mine. You guys aren't mine. You're like wild animal. That's why I don't. If you guys like do something, that ain't on me. You're not properly disciplined or trained, I guess.
They are people, though, Artemis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they're ball spawn, aren't they? So are ball spawn less with them?
Nope. They all mines.
I'm pretty sure they have a say in that.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, and then you made them yours under threat of death.
Uh-huh.
I very vividly remember you torturing Flo until she gave in, so...
Did I?
You did what?
You tortured Flo?
Did I? I thought I just like attacked her when she tried to attack me. I had to put her in her place.
A choice between death and convert.
It is amusing how short your memory is.
A notion of submit or death isn't very much of a choice now, is it?
Well,
it's Artemis, Stylo.
Well, I mean, are you sure? Because everyone remembers it my way, it seems like. I remember she attacked me. I then did stuff which made her fall unconscious. And that was it.
I'll look over to Victor. Victor, explain more about this quote-unquote torture. I look over at Artemis.
What did I do?
Artemis invaded her mind.
I wasn't there for that within the group.
I look at Flo and I'm like, did I, Flo? What did I do in your mind?
I mean, you keep running through my mind, so...
Yeah, I do. High five.
Oh,
I give her a high five.
That was sweet. Victor, are you seeing things?
Self-fulfilling delusion.
It's a really big high five.
I know what you're trying to get at, Victor.
Hey, fill me in.
Yeah, fill me in too. What'd I do?
Jeez, guys.
I mean, do you not remember out of character? Artemis did some shit to Flo.
Yeah, manipulative stuff. Yeah.
I mean, you used your psychic vision stuff on her.
Yeah. I
wasn't sure if she was up front with. I don't remember if she was up front with that.
We saw.
Well, it was. So what you've seen was Flo attacked Artemis. Artemis just looked at her, and then Flo fell unconscious.
Yeah, but we have an idea of what you can do. So.
Well, Tylo has. Well, no, Tylo does not have a strong idea what she can do. Like, Tylo knows Artie can telepathically communicate with her minions because she said that before. When she mentioned she attacked Flo or attacked Flo back, she grabbed her by the throat and Flo went unconscious. Then Tylo rolled a medicine check and noticed that there was no bruising where there should be, and where she grabbed her would not be the button to knock her out, and she fell out too quickly.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, you know, Artemis did something to but you don't know about any torturing mind control or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's why Tylo is a bit confused.
And Artemis didn't do any torturing mind control shit. She just basically attacked her.
I mean, Tylo knows other things that Artemis has been doing to Flo, but not psychic visions or anything like that.
Artemis isn't magically manipulating people. She'd rather do it. Yeah, normally.
Yeah, so I guess back to the conversation.
Artemis when you guys figure out what I did, let me know what I did.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't even here for that, so...
I'm serious. Hey, you saw how Juno was answering towards what's his face, Hero. So do you think you can help with that?
Yeah.
It's obviously something she's being tricked, and if you could do mind tricks,
I mean, obviously I can help. I can do almost anything. What do you need me to do? You want me to like hit her, like
whatever
do
spells? Don't hit her.
You want me to teach you how to keep your pimp hand strong? Get your bitch in check?
I mean, if she's going to be pimp having a loser, then sure. But
well, dude, she was. We talked about this, didn't we? What was she calling him?
Yeah. So,
Cash and baby boy.
Yeah, people remember that Juno referred to Hero as Cash and Baby Boy. And I'll also say, for the sake of things, that you're not just standing outside of the.
I guess we walked in.
You guys have walked in. We don't need to necessarily move things, but Loom kind of sees you, looks at the kids, and just like kind of waves them in, and the other group kind of comes to.
Well, maybe we're still outside. Maybe they're like moving the kids in and dealing with that, and like while we're talking outside for now. Yeah, we haven't gone in yet. Let's say we're talking outside. We can move in.
The kids themselves have gone in, so you're not like, oh, what happened to the kids?
Yeah.
So they take them inside. They're being fed. But yes, you recall that Hero was being called Cash and Baby Boy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's being mind controlled. It seems like you guys swap places.
I'm still me. What do you mean?
No. Like she sees him as you and you as him.
Then doesn't that count as mind control?
No, it's more of like
I would agree. There's functionally little difference.
Yeah. But she's still her, right? She's still acting everything she would normally act towards him, which is now you and you, right? So when she's fucking him, she's probably thinking she's fucking you, right? So it's not really cheating.
You're not gonna think that we're going that far with it. And if
regardless, that's still sexual assault.
Yeah, but but as of right now, she's fine, right? She's not like being like mentally forced where she's like trying to fight back against something, right? She just thinks everything's right. Like mentally, if like you would want to like fight against that stuff normally, and maybe if you do something really outside of your character, you would like probably be able to fight against that a little bit. Like, because certain mind control abilities are different, depending on how strong they are and whatnot. So I'm saying right now, she thinks she's doing everything perfectly fine. So that she's not fighting against anything right now, probably. Mentally.
If she's touched her in any kind of way, I swear.
Oh yeah, she probably did all kinds of things. You probably had to kill that guy.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
How about don't jump to killing?
Oh yeah, it will be death. Sorry, Ty.
Torture him for a while, then kill him. Depends on how bad it is, right?
RT, you're not helping.
No, you're helping. You can have all the blood you want from this fight.
Oh, I got a lot of blood.
I don't scorch it all. Sorry, Ty. I'm not holding back on this situation. Why do you think I would care about his life if he's done anything that you know?
While I believe in proper law, justice, and punishment, I do not believe a jury in the land would convict Kai for violently, brutally murdering that man. For doing that.
Well, yeah, fucking with people's minds against the law. I even know that one. Whether even
do you
like
think
making
he deserves to live beyond this point, or do you want to stop me?
I would not stand in your way. No.
Thank you.
I would feel better if we try to talk him down first.
But talk him down for what?
I'm done with talking. This is way beyond the point of talking.
I mean, like, sorry, I stole your girl and raped her and stuff. We're cool now, right? Fist bump. That's how it's gonna work? Is that what you think is gonna happen, Tylo? That's the best we can get. Is that gonna be good enough for you, Kai?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Tylo, I feel that your naive attitude in the terms of considerate evil is something that you should work on.
I'll be evil for my girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it.
People are weird about this whole...
Just for a moment. I mean, it'll be, of course, an evil thing to do, but...
Yeah, even if you're evil and done evil shit, you can just not do any more evil. Like, it's not like you have to keep being evil.
No, it's just that one fault he crossed.
Yeah, everyone has a line. Some people cross a lot sooner than others.
Zan had a question for you, Kai.
For me? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Kai, who was that person to you?
My girlfriend or the guy? Who are you referring to? That's that
the
person.
lightning pirate-ish guy.
Oh, fuck that guy.
That was a warlord or something, right? That was one of the guys. Milo said that, right?
Yeah, I knew it was part of like out of game. I know it's
Pirate
part of your
King.
backstory, but my character has no clue who he
Yeah.
was and why he's important, and you didn't explain.
The strong side type standing next to them had nothing to do with me. At least I don't believe so.
Yeah, we established that because he was there, that means the pirates are dealing with Kai's bad guy, and I don't know, they're doing bad shit. I don't care. That's as far as I got. That's good enough for me. They're doing bad shit.
He's no one to you, but it seemed like I don't know if he knew you. If this is a situation where
Oh no, he doesn't know us. He's with the pirates. The pirates are working. The warlords.
Am I misremembering like the?
So Milo kind of steps in and goes, "No, that was Godric Stormental.
Yeah, one of
I
them.
had told you before that he's one of the 6 pirate warlords.
Mhm.
He's not the king. He's one of the ones that backed Teach. Teach is the king at this moment.
Yeah.
So we established that the pirates are in on with the blood cult, which is like supposed to be like a violation or something, right? Against the war. So I don't know what the fuck it was.
I mean, anyone can worship what they wish, but when you start kidnapping children, that starts going against the code.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's what we were saying. We were linking those guys to going against the code, basically. Something was like that.
But I mean, seeing as that they are put, I look over to Milo and I'm like, I look over to Milo specifically by saying pirates. They are pirates. They don't exactly operate inside of lawfare.
We operate within our own law.
Exactly.
Harmer's like, same.
And when you have issues of corruption at the top, there's not exactly ways to prosecute without mob rule or vigilantism. Which is probably what pirates run on, so it doesn't really
There
matter.
is. It's just people. The system doesn't work if people don't honor their code.
Mm-hmm.
And Teach and his gang don't honor the code. You can see that it's a very sensitive subject for him.
You see, Zan doesn't. It's like he's acting very nonchalant about this "quote unquote" code because he's like, "Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not law binding, and especially when you have people at the top who can abuse it or change it on a whim."
Yeah, but the just like every country has their own laws, right? Like I'm from the Zeretian Empire. Where am I from?
No, you got it.
Zeretian? Okay,
I'm
I'm from the Zeretian Empire, and we have a bunch of laws that most people don't have. Yeah, we can just kill people. So, yeah. So, like, the pirates might be a more civilized law system than what we have over there. But, you know, each place has their own thing. I assume why it's weird for the pirates is because they don't have their own empire, I guess, to make their own law.
The point Zan's bringing up is the whole no checks and balances at the top part of
Yes.
like, quote unquote code.
Well, I think the
So
council,
you know there is. It's just they. So the story they told you was that in part of the code that you saw was that in order for a pirate king to be elected, there must be a majority vote of the pirate warlords. There are 6 pirate warlords. Teach, one of the pirate warlords, got 3 others to side and back him, leaving Belta and Viola as the only 2 backing the current pirate king. So they gave up. They, renounced their regency as queen, but that wasn't good enough for Teach. Teach feared that he would retaliate.
Yeah,
and then
and then now what we know is because Mind Control guy is with the pirate guy, maybe he's in on this and they got mind controlled and we have no idea what the fuck's going on. He might be helping them, right? Using the pirates. And then put a pawn in. Yeah. So it's like, but yeah, that's cool and all. But I was like, I'm not really trying to fuck you or anything, Milo. So me helping you is not really that big of a deal. So if you want to take me to someone that
worth you fucking, got it.
Yeah.
Milo, I do have a question.
What is it?
You don't have any connections that would know exactly where this. I remember it was very similar to like a Russian name for the place which it was the floating island of pirates.
Misto. You can just call it Misto.
Pirate
M-I-S-T-O.
Misto. for the Misto place.
I do. However, letting you go at this point seems like a bad idea. You're looking to help? I'd seek out Velta first.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. I don't want to go to the bad guys. Also, why are you breakdancing, Kai? What are you doing?
You spin me right round, baby, right
It's like something I can do.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you do that?
You just spin your toe.
Square.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, this actually fits for his character, though, because he can, like, literally flip upside down.
Okay.
But then the question is, why? Why would you?
So what the real trick is,
yeah, you could do that, but why?
Why?
Yeah. So
Yes, I know how to get to Misto. But like I said, if you should probably speak to Velta first.
Well, I don't think we would just be going in ourselves. I look over to Victor. You don't think that we could perhaps muster up some sort of military force to help us with it?
A full-scale invasion would likely not be advisable. Especially during current times.
Well, indeed, their forces most likely would need to be towards the east with the issues of the slain.
Then you would probably be aware of the situation within Segundia and them having been declared war. A side mission to go tackle pirates is not very high on the totem pole.
Yeah, the slain theocracy right now is currently preoccupying the country at large, so I doubt any large force would be invested in us at the moment.
Why would people be coming after us?
So you're wanted men as well?
I'm not. Wait, no, I am. I'm definitely am.
I'm one.
The church wants me. They'll fail.
They want me for different reasons.
It's like the only innocent person is Tyler.
They want me too, remember?
Oh yeah.
I put my hand on his shoulder. It's always nice to be wanted, Tyler.
If only your mother could say the same. I'm kidding.
Ooh. Ouch!
Ow! Tyler would not.
You kind of shudder a little bit, like,
Okay. A question. A question to Zan. How much psychic damage was that?
That was at least 2d6, but I'm gonna roll a wisdom save to not punch you in the face. Jeez.
Shit, Kai pales in comparison to that sick burn.
For a DC 17, I pass, but just barely. You see him get up to the ready for the punch, and then him
he does the Arthur clenched fist meme.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And you worried about me killing? Oh my gosh, dude, you see? Yeah, you're the vicious one here.
Milo. You be careful out there, okay?
Damn.
Who has a threat?
okay. Sorry, Zan.
Apology pending.
I'm just a bit emotional, and the first thing I do is
Deflect with humor.
yes.
Well, I'm glad
it kind of makes things better. I noticed the moment I saw your face, oh no, I did something very wrong. Very wrong. And it's not like that spineless joke I made earlier. It was just...
My past with my family isn't exactly a sunshine and rainbow situation. I've done bad things, they've done bad things. A vicious cycle that doesn't exactly have an endpoint except death. And sometimes beyond that. The point is just try and leave it out of it. With jokes. You can, please. You see Zan's trying to be genuine here, especially with the fact that you just insulted him, and he's trying to really hard to just be amicable in this situation.
Tylo notices this, and he just kind of pats Zan's side, I will try not to go that far in the future. I am very sorry for that, Zan.
Apology accepted.
Well, since that's passed, Ty, I think at some point we need to have a heart-to-heart.
I mean, we have 2 hearts already. Actually,
Yeah.
I hope you don't have more on you. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if you like had 3 hearts inside of you.
I don't
Wait
know
a
where he would
minute.
put it. There's not a lot of room on the inside.
Oh, he is very lovable and he's not very passionate about killing someone.
Having 3 hearts is likely to give him a stroke due to blood pressure.
What? That just means you work faster, right?
No, it means the veins in your brain burst.
You know,
And
this
you-
is why you
and-
should
and
teach
you
me more
likely-
medicine.
And you either die or are permanently damaged.
Or you could have a situation where the hearts beat independently of one each other at a lower blood pressure.
Okay, you guys are being nerds. Just cut all that shit out.
Tyler's just thinking in his mind. I can't
Just
stop
trying to teach
this
Tyler something.
Yeah.
That is true.
Tyler's just thinking about the 3 hearts just playing that song. I'm hooked on the feeling. Do, do, do. Anyways.
Okay, well, I'm going in the inn. You guys have fun standing out here.
I thought we were already inside.
Yes,
So, some of you kind of talk. The kids had gone inside.
The kid.
Yeah, I said we can finish our conversation, then head inside. So that's why.
All right.
I'm gonna sit next to Drunky Chick. Maybe talk to her this time.
Yeah. So I guess Tyler will stay with Kai outside since it seems like.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess like before Victor goes in, just like,
You guys coming?
Yeah. This is gonna be our moment. Sorry.
Okay.
I think goes in there.
Yeah. So it's bothering me a little bit that you're a little too.
You know what? That's better. I'm gonna let. Nah, they should all be here. Fuck. I'm gonna have a table for
Victor
everyone
will
to sit
sit
on.
these guys, sure.
A little too passive, Ty. I understand. I said I've gotten to the feeling like I feel you're just a little too passive for this situation.
Passive? How?
Like, you don't want me to take the path that I'm taking.
Well. Oh wait. I'm confused now.
You don't want me to kill, right?
Yeah, I don't want you to kill Hero. I would rather you not. And you are, as I know, if he is guilty of what you think, you have every right to want to kill him.
So, what's in your mind that's telling you that I can take the higher road? Like, because I need to find that if it's possible. There's something else telling me I should just go forward and just destroy it all. Just burn it all down.
Truth is, I don't know. I don't know the situation that's going on with what his involvement with the pirates. Maybe he's being mind controlled. Maybe he's just weak-willed.
So you think he's mind controlling while being mind controlled?
I don't think it's impossible. I mean, I've already seen plenty of mind control in the past few weeks.
You do recall how much he hated me back in the game.
He was jealous of you, bro.
And
I'm
isn't
going
this
to be
an
honest.
action that's relevant, or I guess that falls into place of a person that's jealous? Trying to get back at the person that you have that kind of jealousy for?
Artemis told Flo to move the table.
I'm wondering what happened between you and Hero that made this or guess what could have caused it? Because he's not interested in Yuno. He's interested in you. You know?
You know.
The reason he's interested in Juno is because he was interested before me.
Right, but he would want to have sex with any woman. I mean, I was his wingman for
he's
a week,
also
and
a
that was
slob. Yeah, I know, it's trash. I tried to get him hooked up too. Trust me, we all tried. Everyone tried.
There was this
But-
nice Loxodon woman. Apparently, he just couldn't handle. Apparently, he did not like thicker women.
Mm-hmm.
Is it all in D&D?
Yeah, so it's just he's always been a problem. That's why we call him loser. Like many of the girls have called him that to our faces.
Also, I told you before, that's a dumb nickname. Just call him Zero. Why loser? It rhymes better and makes more. I guess it has a better flow.
You know what? That does make sense. But I'm just curious as to if I can bypass this voice in my head.
I think that at least hear him out if we have the chance. If his reason is not good enough, I believe ultimately the choice is up to you.
Or you don't have any say so if it doesn't get past that point. But I'm just warning you, like, I will make my decision, but if it is to take his life, don't get me.
Malzayan.
Right.
And you just... It depends about how good is your Sylvan.
It's pretty good. Good enough to, I guess, catch any small saying. I guess he's fluent enough.
Okay, so Malzayan means we'll see.
So he says, he kind of just says, I guess we will, and wanders off.
So as you kind of like say the last two kind of remarks, Tylo, you have like this smell of like brimstone as the last like bit of like words kind of come to. That smell of like burning sulfur, very similar to what like the Infernos kind of smell. And as he like turns and says, "We'll see," you kind of see like a bit of like smoke kind of coming off from his. You're not 100% sure you see the smoke, like you with the kind of like dim lighting and then how it's how late it is. You kind of first think it's like shadows, but you're pretty sure that was like more like smoke.
No, Tylo, with that smell of brimstone, would definitely believe that's Kai.
Yeah, you would be able to infer as much that this is definitely coming from Kai. And Kai, as you were talking to Tyler, you were saying things like, if it gets to that point, I am going to do it, just don't get in my way. And you hear in the back of your head, good.
Right.
Do it. Good. Do it. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So that's the voice he was referring to. He's like, I'll give in, just give me the power. So,
yeah.
The time comes to.
Yeah, so I guess since we're doing a personal while this happened, Artemis is like, "Hey, drunkie, you still drunk?" Talking to the girl.
Always.
Cool. Yeah, so she's like, "So what do you do other than getting drunk? You with this pirate free runner, whatever the fuck y'all call each other?"
Hi. Yeah, we are. We've been the group for how many years, Stick? At least 20 years. At least that's whenever we picked you up. That's good times. Good times. Me, well, I'm an infantryman. I'm the first one on the ship. If we're boarding ships, I'm the first person they see.
So you're boarding ships a lot.
I am. I make sure that my crewmen stay safe, and if things need to get done, they have to go through me. Is there a certain thing you're asking, or I don't know if you're?
No, I was
you
saying
kinda,
you're
like, take
boarding
it, like-
ships, like you like attack other ships and take their shit or something. What do you mean boarding ships?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes government ships have lots of officers on them, and
Yeah, you gotta
you know.
stabby. Gotcha.
Yeah. See, she kind of points over. Stick. Well, he's our I won't want to say powder monkey, but he's the one who carries the cannonballs and kegs, and he's a pretty good shot. But I mean, whenever he has to use the stick, you know.
Yeah. So I assume you attack random other ships, get people to surrender. They don't, and they fight. You fight back. You take their stuff, and then you leave. Right, as peaceful as possible.
So yeah, so you see Milo kind of like walk by, and he's kind of like got food in his hand, kind of like a very server. You know, he's got like plates and trays and things, and he seems to be walking over to the kids. And he goes, "No, not random. We don't do random. We specifically hit targets that we deem necessary."
So-
And he kind of goes and puts over things like food on the table and things. And he kind of comes over and goes, specifically, the last few years we've been hitting government issued things. A lot of governments tend to take things that are not quite theirs from others, and we just put them in better hands, we feel.
Yeah. So you attack people that abuse their power or don't deserve what they have, and you're taking it and giving it. Yeah. Robin Hood. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you get the idea. Very Robin Hood. It's like he kind of like looks kind of mournful when he says, "Is like I know that some of those things are others, and those people still lose out."
Yeah. Like some people
But
are just there.
it's a war of attrition, and I can't say that we're doing a whole lot of good, but we feel like the communities that we help.
Yeah. Other than potentially killing random people that just are working, that have no part in that corruption, that you may or may not have to kill, depending on how feisty they get.
Yeah, but some people don't really see the value in their own lives and think that we're just all talk. So.
I gotcha. Or they've been made to think that you're just bad guys, and the people they're working for are the good guys, and they're fighting the bad guys. Which is probably more of a likelier story, that they've just been told a bunch of lies.
I mean, it's fair. You got to understand from their perspective, we're taking their things. So I mean, it's not unheard of. But
yeah.
I don't claim to be a saint and think that my cause is all noble. It's not it at all. So I don't think I'm that type of hypocrite. But I understand.
Just making sure.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to see your reaction.
Look, I can only speak for me and our crew. I can't speak for others. Under Belta, that's what she strove for. What Teach is going to have the new pirates do, I can't say.
Yeah. It's fair. You do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta break a few eggs, make an omelet, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. Got it. Yeah.
And
I understand.
so, what's your horse in this race? I mean, I understand you want a piece of ass, but I mean, is that truly it? Just hit it?
I like people, certain people. I'm a collector, I guess you would say.
Like, you want to collect memories? I mean, I can understand that.
No, I like to collect people.
You're a dragon and people are your horde kind of thing?
More like, I like to find people that are somewhat like-minded, potentially, that could work for me and help me accomplish my goals, while potentially maybe helping them accomplish their goals. And we all went into the day, and it helps me. It helps me accomplish my overall goal, and it helps if they're attractive, because also we can fuck at the same time. So like a win-win, right? It's like, I guess how most people, you don't want to date your employees, or you're not supposed to have like, I'm kind of the opposite, I guess. Like, I look at everyone, all the minions, like winking at them all.
Yeah. You see Tubbs in the corner, like winking back, like trying to wink with you.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Where do I sign up for this minion thing out again? Like, how do I?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, I like this side. He's like, you hear so he's like, shut up, Tubbs. You'll fuck just about anything. He's like, hey, he goes. Milo just kind of looks at you and just remarks and says, that's not too far from how we started. It's just the same kind of idea that potentially we could help each other, and we achieved each other's goals. Some are still working, and we believed in each other's vision. So I guess I understand you behind that. And maybe I judged you wrong, but you got to understand when people just announce themselves as the Lord of Murder, you start questioning their sanity a little bit.
Oh yeah. See, the idea is I am the Lord of Murder, so you could think I'm crazy. That's fine, but I don't know how religious of a person you are, but do you even know how gods work at all?
I do. I'm just. Yeah. None of them have ever swayed me to their side. So.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm not trying to sway you or anything. I don't really care about swaying you. It's more of like you're and you're not, right? But the idea is, like, there's gotta be usually a god for everything, and if there's not, someone gets made that. So I might as well be that someone, right? And if it's not me, it's probably gonna be some crazy person who just wants to murder everything, right? Just that evil murder everything thing. So I know that the job needs to be filled, just doesn't have to be over the top, right? We can just murder some people that deserve it. Like how you only attack ships that deserve it, I only murder people that probably deserve it. Usually. Some more than others, probably. But for the most part, kinda deserve it. So yeah, that's the only thing.
I get that. It's like, you kind of hear still the Big Knife. You don't know her real name yet. You hear Big Knife say, "See, we could use one of them on our side." And it's like Milo kind of like looks. It's like that's kind of the idea. But I mean, he kind of looks at the rest of the group. So. Is that what everyone else is about as well? Is that if there can only be one Lord of Murder, are you all trying to become some deity for yourselves?
No. I am an anti-theist, actually. I hate the concept of gods.
Let me guess.
And being things can clearly exist without a god. Why have the god?
I relate to you. I get what you mean, but you ever feel like they're playthings in a book that they keep writing and it just keeps fucking your life?
To be fair, the gods did make you and made your little world and put you in the little world and they put you places. So I mean,
and they're no longer necessary. So why should they be around?
Because
they're
toys.
When something's unnecessary, you cut out the fat.
Technically, you're unnecessary to them. Like you're just their toys. They just got bored playing with you.
I mean, they're never going to get my soul, so...
I mean... you can say that, but none of them really care about your soul, it seems like.
When you show me the god of atheism, then sure, I'll agree with you on that.
You see Tubbs, like, his eyes kind of go cross-eyed for a second, he's like trying to put one and one together, just like, God of atheism, cross-eyed.
Does not get
God of atheism, cross-eyed.
Well, if you think about it, the God of atheism would just be about the self.
I think they probably exist in D&D.
I mean, there are atheistic clerics.
There's probably a bunch of gods that are like the anti-god. Like, what was the king that?
I mean, there are gods that don't want to be worshipped, like the Lady of Pain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's in Sigil and stuff. Yeah, she just hangs out.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we were talking about this, Victor. Artie, is it supposed to be like, are gods made of a concept, or are they just people that gets powers because of the concept.
Okay, you didn't hear it from me. Because you guys, this might blow your minds as tiny, insignificant mortals. Okay? But I'm gonna let you in on the secret. Okay? Us gods, we ain't shit. Apparently, there's gods above us, too. I don't know how many, I don't know who they are, but how you guys don't ever really interact with gods barely even interact with these guys. Okay?
What are these guys called?
Oh yeah, they just
some sort of pyramid scheme.
yeah, kind of. They're like they created existence or some bullshit. I don't know, right? Like to them, like gods are mortals to them, or whatever. I don't know the whole. I don't know anything really about it. I just know kind of what it is. But apparently, this guy, like these like over gods, kind of like whisper to people when they're like, "Hey, you should be the new god, right? Of X, Y, or Z." And usually people are like, "Okay, cool," and then boom, there's it, right? That's like it's like so. Right now, I'm technically interviewing for that guy, whoever that guy is. I don't know who he is, some higher up guy, but I'm technically not the Lord of Murder yet. But I'm like, I have my job application in, and there's a bunch of other people their application in, and he's still deciding who should be the new Lord of Murder. And when it happens, I'm pretty sure we're gonna know about it, or I'm gonna at least know about it.
When that happens, do you just remove yourself from this plane of existence? Extension higher than
No. I just have a job to do, right? I just have to actually go and do stuff, right? Like how we went that little pocket dimension, how it's like kind of foggy and stuff. It's like under renovation type deal. Like no one really has it, but I like carved out a little spot in it, like by like I guess by a loophole or something. But
right, but the thing is, gods obviously interfere with things outside of physical space. You don't see a god walking to the store because he needs stuff for his supplier, for his followers.
Well, no. So the idea is gods have a really hard time going through dimensions usually because they're so powerful, and traveling that much power through a dimension to another one it takes a lot of energy. So like gods could do it, it's just not worth it because it'll leave them weak or vulnerable. So usually they have like minions like summon them or something to the plane of existence some kind of way, but it's like it's using the minions' magic, not theirs. Yeah, so
usually gods have some sort of acolytes or principalities that they use to manipulate the world at large while they exist.
Yeah. And also like the idea is like there's no god of taking over the prime material realm, right? So like if you're a god doing that, you're not doing your job. And then the other gods are gonna like get pissed off and like deal with you, right? So it's kind of like
appear from the gathering of worship over a simple idea, concept, person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you might also get fired. You don't want that to happen either. Like someone might.
So
there's many theories that in the deep ethereal realm there are god corpses of those who were excised.
Yeah. Most gods do some stupid shit that they shouldn't be doing. They have no business doing. Then mortals get all pissed off that the gods are doing this weird shit. So then the mortals go and stab the god with stupid magic bullshit powers things, killing the god, and then usually those mortals like replace that god, becoming the new god. So having a Kalimvor.
What would happen if a normal person were to consume a soul?
A soul of what?
Just a normal person. Like an example would be you consume other Baalspawn's souls.
Oh, you mean if like what if you guys absorb like a god soul or something?
I think he means, what if a human absorbed another human?
Oh, I don't know. That's on you. I don't know what bullshit magic you're using. Whatever the magic does.
I mean, such magics already exist.
Yeah, like if it's gaining their power, or their knowledge, or their memory, or something like that. I already know humans can absorb Baalspawn. It's just you just gotta know the magic.
Fate can absorb.
But alright, so there's another layer of gods above the other gods, and it's basically meaningless.
Well, it's like to keep the gods in check, right? Like to make sure they
another group to despise for continuing to interfere with the lives of actual people.
Yeah, that's why I can kind of see what you're talking about, right? It's like, gods are just powerful.
If this goes on and up and up and up, wouldn't that mean the people at the top don't exactly have, if they have so much power that they command other, like, N-1 gods, doesn't that mean that why wouldn't they be able to change the world at large?
Yeah,
is there a hard cap? Are there
well,
rules
I think the
follow?
idea is like the god above all the other gods is like god of like everything, all dimension, space, time, all the other bullshit. Where like there's only god. It's like the gods to us are like managers, and he's like the store owner.
Yes, but that brings in the issue of if something really bad happens at the store, usually the store owner gets involved.
Yeah, but usually the idea is.
Like,
but think of him having like several stores, so if a store blows up, he's like, "Oh, well, I'll get their insurance and move on. Who cares? I got other stores to deal with." Yeah, but like the managers are mad because they lost their job because their store blew up. But so it's a lot more important to them.
what would happen if you consume a dead god, or try and gather power?
I mean, if you just pick up a dead corpse and eat it, I don't know. You probably eat a corpse, but I mean, do you have some kind of bullshit magic that lets you absorb gods and gain their power, or absorb gods and gain their strength, or their, I don't know, dick size? I don't. What does the power do? I don't know what you're.
The ability to manipulate reality.
Well, then yeah, if you have a power that lets you absorb gods and manipulate reality, then when you absorb a god, you get to manipulate reality. I mean, that's what that would do if that's what you have. But I mean, if I just pick up a fucking like turtle and eat it, do I get a shell? No, I don't. That's not what happens.
I mean, can't you form a shell already?
Can I? No. A shell? I mean, I guess I could. And she like, I can make she just makes a shell around her, like an illusion shell.
You can change your body, can't you?
Yeah, sure. I guess it's gonna be a turtle if I wanted to.
I don't think that's what they meant when they say you are what you eat.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the one person that I knew that was able to absorb Baalspawn as a human was Baal's cult leader, because she knew all about that, and she was supposed to resurrect him after she gathered all the Baalspawn to kill each other, and then sacrificed the last Baalspawn to resurrect Baal. But then she fucked off and said, "Now you're doing that," and then she started traveling around finding Baalspawn and using the same ritual, I guess, to absorb the energies to get the power for herself. So she's like some kind of demigod. I'll probably have to deal with her eventually. She's probably gonna come looking for me. So there's some crazy woman with a bunch of feathers in her hair or something like that. Like looks like a cult leader, for a murder god, but like a real murder god, like cause technically like Flo and all them. But I mean, I don't have any special outfits and shit, right? Artemis shows like ball symbol. If you see this symbol on someone that looks crazy, you might want to stab them before they stab you.
Looks over at Artemis. Do you count?
I don't have that symbol. I have a different symbol. Made my own.
So, Artemis, if I was to be, say, a god, what do you think my purpose would be?
I don't know. What god are you? What god are you?
I can't think of anything off the top, but perhaps...
The god of fine food.
Any food's fine with me. I don't care.
Yeah, if you're the god of food, maybe you can like spawn food or something. I don't know.
Oh.
So how do I gain it? That sounds nifty, but not purposeful.
Yeah, but then you have to like, watch over and listen to all the chefs of the world praying to you, and like when they ask to make this dish good, you have to like make sure like, should I let them make this dish good or should I not? Blah blah blah. Right? I don't know.
Well, in that instance, there are many people who could, be provided with that kind of food. If you were to give out power like that, it'd be a responsibility that a god can take up that mortals can't really comprehend. The ability to like, see everything and like hear everything all the time.
Yeah, if you're a god, your job is to take care of your worshippers and take care of the portfolio that you decided to take up. So, like, basically, you're sign up for a job and you get a bunch of powers in order to fulfill that job.
So basically, become a god of something that lots of people pray of, but not pray for.
Depends. I don't know what god it is.
A sphere kind of.
And then sit there in your ivory tower as followers of different gods fight, and you do really nothing good for the world at that point.
No, that's mortals doing all that bullshit, fighting on each other. That's them getting pissed and like, oh my god, it's cool, and you're a god.
If they're doing it in the name of their god, then the god is responsible for them.
No, it's
especially if the god granted them their powers.
And let's be honest, it would be a tower of graham crackers.
I was going to say, like, the what Victor just said, if someone does it in someone's name, that makes them responsible. And it's like,
sure. Okay. You're right. Sure. I'm gonna start murdering people in Victor's name, so it's Victor's fault. You're right. That makes sense.
Yeah, but then he brought up the whole.
I'm not the one granting you powers.
That was his point.
that people don't even need powers to fight for their god. They're gonna be like, I like this god, I'm fighting for him for no reason. That's your mortal bullshittery that you're putting in people like that. That you have free will. I guess the one thing that God's fault is giving you free will. They probably should have made you give you that, and then that'd be a lot.
You talk so much of free will, yet you have those who are not exactly with it.
Nah.
Yes.
Lies,
My
lies,
ideal
and
world would be
slander.
a world cut off from the gods. I do not believe they do anything good.
If they don't do anything good and they don't do anything, then what? Aren't we already cut off from them then?
Because we simply have not found a way to do so. And and probably no one's tried.
But you said they
The
don't
world at large
do anything.
is controlled by the principalities and powers of gods.
So you said
You
that
remove the gods remove the world.
no. Victor
No.
said that the gods don't do anything good. So what have the gods been doing?
As far as I can tell, nothing. And
Yeah.
then the people they grant powers to do horrible things.
So far as you know, all the gods can be gone right now, and these people are just making up bullshit about their gods gave them powers, and they're just killing each other for no reason.
Be an amusing, if unlikely scenario, and one that'd be easier to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean,
Indeed. So
isn't
the
that
issue
what
would
we
be
were
in that
talking
scenario.
about with Soul? Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but yeah, Tylo just says, isn't that what we talked about with Soul earlier? The Temple of Soul.
The idea that they worship
Yeah.
the sun.
Sure.
So, question, maybe any of you could answer this for me. If we found a way to take out, the top of the Temple of Soul's religion, say that they're God.
Mhm.
Do you know any of the solutions that happen afterwards, or can I claim it?
Yeah, you can claim it. Like you probably get some like ping in your head. Somebody's like, "Hey, you want to be the new god?" And you're like, "Yeah," and then and then you are.
Provided that you are ceasing them forcing children of Gracefeel into their ranks, the Inquisition against so-called heretics, and all their other unsavory attributes. Yes,
But
I'd be
then,
perfectly fine with that in coexistence.
and then you can change it for the better.
Exactly. Gods have changed forms and personalities throughout the years.
Yeah, like I said, like the story of the Lord of the Dead, Celeborn, or whatever, is a weird ass story, right? Like the first person or the third god or whatever, like was what was his name? Was it Cyric?
I think it was
Merkel? Which
What's,
one was-
what's a
What was first? Either way, I forgot who it was. I'm not really cool with Celeborn. We don't really hang out or anything like that on the weekends or whatever. But I just remember that Celeborn was a normal ass human. He was a paladin or something, some kind of paladin of sound. The fuck he worshipped. I don't care. But he had a little group, and he was with I think Merkel, like as another human. And they were like, "We ain't cool with you, Cyric. You're a shitty Lord of the Dead." And they went and stabbed him, and they killed him. And then someone whispered and was like, "Hey, Merkel, you want to be the god?" And Merkel was like, "Okay." So then Merkel became the god of the dead. And
Being
then,
able to be killed with a smear dagger doesn't
Yeah.
sound very godlike.
well, then he, well, no, they had magic shit. I don't remember. But something happened where once Merkel became in power, he went crazy or something. I think the power went to his head, and he thought like Kellenvor was going to secretly murder him and try to take his power. So he tried to kill Kellenvor, and then Kellenvor killed
You're gonna
him.
do the exact same thing that I just did.
Yeah, and then Kellenvor killed him, and someone whispered and said, "Hey, you want to be the new guy dead?" And he was
Yes,
like,
exactly the flaw. Even if a god can change for the better, they can just as easily change for the worse.
"Yeah, because like that's what
In fact,
happens when
a
you
terrible
make."
person is more likely going to do as such.
Yeah. But the thing is, these are people. These are human beings just gaining power and saying, "Hey, you're responsible for this shit." And I don't know. I don't think every human's up to the task of being a god.
I don't think anybody is.
Perhaps the pantheon itself is a situation of just living long enough as one of these gods
Yeah.
to be able to bestow power onto other mortals.
Yeah, well, it's you think of it like a magic, right? Think of it like a fucking king, right? Like money can do a lot of things in the world. Like not everyone's cut out to be a king or a ruler.
You see Kai kind of leaning back in his chair and smiling, and kind of just like thinking.
Yeah, not Some people will be good, some people won't, right? Like how I'm saying, like I could easily be a psychopathic murderer and murder everyone I want and be like, I'm the best Lord of Murder. But that seems a little bit too easy and a little bit on the nose, and it doesn't really seem
Yes, however, a king continually abuses his populace. They will rebel and kill him. You can't do that to a god very easily.
That happens a lot to gods.
Yes, by others of the extremely powerful who are then corrupted and become,
Sure.
just as bad as the ones they replace.
If you're the god of famine, and you're worshipping the god of famine because he's the god of famine, and then famine happens to you, you're not gonna be like, I'm sick of this famine. You'd be like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna get a new god. It's like, he's the god of famine, he's the only supposed to do.
Yes, but here's the question. Why even have that god exist in the first place? Why not just get rid of it?
Because it exists in your world.
Victor,
famine will happen. Famine will happen regardless. Now there's just something that isn't forcing it to happen.
I'm not telling people to worship the god of famine, but for some reason, you mortals like worshiping random ass shit.
Yes. It's an issue. It's an issue that needs to be rectified.
He picks up a spoon. You were saying that if I got enough people convinced that this spoon was a god, this spoon might be able to gain powers.
No, if you convince everyone you're the god of spoons, and then you're the god of spoons, and then they may be like, I like spoons, this guy's pretty cool, right?
But what about gods?
Yeah, I don't think inanimate objects become gods, necessarily, unless you were speaking of that one fish race.
Exactly.
But to be fair, yes, if enough people worship something, it's technically a god.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So like...
You can't kill a spoon. He kind of like bends it in half.
I mean, you're not trying hard enough. Maybe you can.
Yeah, you're not trying hard enough. That's very easy to destroy.
With your scrawny little arm.
Yeah,
you in the pit.
Like Victor picks up a spoon and just crushes it in its hand until it's just a mangled, like, mess of metal shards.
Right, Victor, but it is merely... It is not killed. It is merely...
Pay for that.
Victor mends the spoon back together afterwards. Mends the spoon.
He has revived the god.
The point being that this has no soul, and nothing to have been killed.
So the way it works,
down and to scatter its material.
Yeah. So the way it works, if you are a child of a god, if you have enough worshippers, so like a big ass dragon, and like this immortal being with a bunch of people that worship it, like a dragon or a lich or whatever, you're technically like a demigod. You're not god. You don't have any like responsibilities. You don't have a portfolio. It's basically what I am right now. But I'm on that cusp of getting that sweet portfolio. Right? You're not responsible for anything just yet. And then once you
could have a situation where you raise many people all within confinement where they wouldn't know the outside world and make them treat you as a god, you could attain godhood at the very own comfort of your spire or lair.
But demigods don't do anything. They don't get any like special god powers to give anyone powers to have cleric. Right? You can like make pretend and like whatever. And maybe some of the demigods have magic or like a caster or something, and they like bestow buffs on people through their own magic, but it has nothing to do with like a god or a portfolio. Once you become that real god, like a true god, the portfolio empowers you, right? Like once I become the Lord of Murder, I might be able to like just make people's head explode just by looking at them. As far as I know, I have no idea what I'm going to get. It might be pretty cool though, right?
Doesn't that mean that you could have situations where warlocks or those kind of things might be able to gain power off of you?
Yeah, if I want minions, sure. More minions than what I have, but I mean I can just get minions without even having to like give people stuff, right? Mm-hmm.
Interesting theological discussions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been saying based off the other Lord of Murders, I'm probably the best one that's ever going to be.
Until somebody kills and replaces you.
Yep.
And then there's a terrible one again.
Potentially.
Well, but doesn't that mean that you could have a situation where you are functionally immortal?
Thing is, not a lot of people really gun for the Lord of Murder position. Really, like there's a lot of other.
Well, there's a lot of terrible people in the world, Artemis.
Yeah, but there's a lot of better other things they can go for.
Yeah, but casual god slaying, I don't think is on everyone's bucket list.
Additionally, being that as a god, you basically never age and never die until somebody kills you, that technically means it's an inevitability.
That's probably why gods hide in their little dimension most of the time. Because I guess if you're just wandering around the fucking world like I'm doing, someone can just stab you with some magic bullshit weapon that you mortals created because some god helped make it or something.
Don't our souls last forever, though?
I guess. Unless they get destroyed some kind of way. Like someone
So would
eats
the
them.
god's soul just
destruction
go
of
somewhere else?
A destruction of an eternal object sounds like a
Yeah. Most gods, when a god is normally killed by a mortal, their soul just goes back to their dimension and their body gets remade, and they're still fine. You need some kind of like bullshit, like magic weapon, something or other that destroys the soul and absorbs the power and blah blah blah, all that stuff.
What happens when the concept of a god dies?
Oh, I guess mortals forget about something. Probably happens all the time.
So
But what happens to that god?
Yeah, he just stops being a god. He just goes away, becomes immortal. I guess. I don't know. Disappears. You're only as strong as the number of people that worship you and stuff as well. Other than your
How
own.
many is that?
Being that things can clearly exist without a god to the concept, my guess is that you would need the concept to be destroyed before anything, and that would likely involve
Genocide.
Yeah.
destroying every sentient being in existence.
I remember it was like 1 million or something.
Perhaps if you were able to destroy the power of the god along with it.
Indeed. Animals have some sort of worship, do they not?
Do they?
I mean, animals just eat and try to survive generally.
Certain intelligent ones do. Elephants.
What? Oh, look at the
Great
elephant
apes.
god.
Well,
No.
yes, you're a great ape, so you're just using yourself as an example of humans.
I wonder if some sort of smart aquatic fish might be able to have a certain situation where they pray to a god. He's referring to dolphins. I don't know if dolphins exist in your world, Nick.
Dolphins?
Yeah, dolphins.
Why wouldn't dolphins exist?
I don't know.
All these mythical creatures, but no
But
dolphins.
Yeah. So
Honestly,
you're
I
aware.
love
Unicorns,
that.
mermaids. Fuck
No.
dolphin. What the fuck's a dolphin?
The fuck? You have the Tarrasque, but no dolphins.
No, narwhals too. Narwhals, like what? Sea unicorns? Nah, only land unicorns.
So
No,
you
no,
are
the narwhals
aware.
are unicorns, but like they're literal unicorns, but they're just underwater ones. Other than that, the species doesn't exist. The species.
Yeah, it's like in my world, it's weird. The
There's
female seahorse is actually the egg.
Well,
The praying mantis doesn't eat its mate's head.
Yeah,
It eats their butt.
What are you gonna say, Tyler?
no, Tylo shouldn't try to say that.
Say it.
In
No,
my
it's-
world, giraffes are short.
No, it's too smart for Tylo to try to bring up.
Then
Like-
dumb it down.
No, he. No, not this time. I know, but if
Okay,
something
okay.
else comes up,
It's been shown in the wild, though, that like elephants will do certain rituals to the dead. Does that mean that they have the
worship.
capability?
That's mourning.
like the elephant graveyard and shit.
Right,
too,
but
how
they have the
go.
capability of mourning. That possibly doesn't mean that they have the capability of higher order.
Mourning
I was gonna
and
say-
worship are two highly different things.
Yeah, like
A dog does not worship. A dog can mourn, however.
Yeah, like a lot of mortals can't even grasp the concept of gods and shit a lot of the times. So I don't think elephants are gonna get there. Maybe there's like one really smart one. That's what the Loxodons are. They evolved. They know what gods are.
The one elephant worshipped the god of knowledge, and then that's how Loxodons came to be.
That makes pretty much sense. I mean, gods have been manipulating the genetics of animals all throughout the world. That's most likely how we came into existence.
Oh yeah, if anyone wants to see the only visual representation of Ao ever made in D&D, it's the floaty white guy with the beard.
Ayo.
Ao, yeah, that's the overgod, Ao. The one overgod.
Oh.
There's supposed to be more, but like the lore, they haven't wrote anything about any of them yet.
This looks.
Oh, he's like-
such like late '80s, early '90s comics.
Yeah. He's the like Old Man Winter kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Oh man, dude looks like. God, I had a thought and then it left me. Anyways.
He looks like a white Mr. T.
No, not the guy above. The guy with the big beard.
Yeah, a white Mr. T. What?
Yeah, those are from a comic or something. Those are two people from D&D.
Oh,
named.
he looks like Moses. That's what I'm thinking about. And I'm only
Moses,
joking about that because he's got two slabs.
Yeah. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the rules about like this is the rules I gave to the gods. Don't fuck them up, right?
Oh wait, he's that ghostly guy. I thought he was the
the ghostly guy. No, the ghostly guy. That's the only visual description that Wizards has ever created of AO.
Oh my bad. I thought it was the guy with the black beard and the earring.
Nope, that's the Black Staff or some other. They're talking about him. Like it's him talking about him in the comic. And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Black Staff. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Black Staff has this like weird generational line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the powerful wizard. Yeah.
So, do we have any other conversations that are still relating to gods? Are we still on this conversation? This is just above game, so Nick knows because Nick
there's stuff. Yeah.
So Nick can bring up other things. I just want to make sure we're not passing anyone's roleplay thing here.
Yeah, this is combining both real world and in-game theological discussions, so it's interesting.
Kylo satiated at the moment.
Victor will only continue talking if someone else does.
Yeah.
Milo says, "Oh, I didn't realize you were all." It's refreshing to see people have difference of opinions, but still at least able to work with each other.
Yeah.
And so,
well, I don't think that my views are higher than anyone else's, so I think that helps.
I think my views are higher than everyone's. I don't care what they have to say.
Yeah,
one more curiosity from me though. Do you think it's hard to take down a god?
It's impossible unless you have a way to do it.
Simply make a way to do it.
Is it different per god, or is there one weapon?
So that's a really interesting question because from what I've heard, some gods have special items because they're like really big gods, like Bahamut and Asmodeus, those big guys. They have like very specific things because they're like really big gods. But like anything under that's just like a kind of god, like has a portfolio, but not like worshipped by a shit ton of people. I think there's an overall like a few items, and it just requires but all of them, mortals can't make them. Like mortals need help from other gods. So usually it's like other gods.
Like God of Forges.
No, it's like if one god's like, hey, I hate this guy, but I don't want to kill him because I won't get in trouble. Hey guy, how about you kill him for me? Oh look, you find a magic sword in a dungeon that's just been there forever, and no one know how it's got there, what it is. But it's pretty cool. Maybe you should use that to go kill somebody.
In situations like those, though, wouldn't you forge weapons to be able to kill the people above you who are enforcing those rules?
Oh, just do what you gotta. I mean, that if you worship your god, why would you kill them?
No. You just said I wouldn't do it the job myself. I might get in trouble.
Yeah.
Right. Why wouldn't you try and forge a weapon that would prevent you from getting in trouble? You would be able to kill.
No. Like if you just like walk into a god's dimension as another god and saying like, "Hey, I'm here to kill you," they're like, "Oh, well, fuck. I guess we're enemies now, right?" And then, but you don't want to get you don't want to be the like in real life, right? Like. You want someone dead, but you don't want to get the rap for it, so you get someone else to kill someone for you, right? This way the person gets killed, and there's no blame on you.
Perhaps. The point I was trying to make is, you talked about gods above other gods, and it's that the issue is that there's no stopping point. Once one domino is tipped, all of them tip. we could be having multi-dimensional god wars happening above us, and we wouldn't even know because ripple effects wouldn't even reach us.
A long time ago, a lot of the gods used to walk around. This is a long ass time ago, though. This is was it Time of Trouble, or whatever it was called? That's all.
Is that whenever the dragons and the giants fought?
I don't know. It was when the gods were mortal and shit. I think AO fucked with them or something. They were being dicks, so AO was like, you know what? Now you guys gotta live with each other. Take that.
Fuck you guys. You guys gotta live with each other. I won't come back until you guys made your issues better.
Yeah, something like that.
Go talk it out and then come back when you're done.
Yeah, there's a lot of gods that lived in the mortal world. Kind of like I'm doing, but...
So could we find some places to do some more research on this? It's piquing my interest, but...
This is very interesting.
I am actually looking for item 2 that can kill a god. For my own personal reasons.
Do you think you talked about spells able to consume gods' essences. You don't think that might be a possibility for us mortals to do something like that, right?
Oh, I already know an item that kills God and absorbs their essences.
What is that?
Called God's Bane.
Straightforward.
So it's a sword or something, I don't know. It killed Ball.
Interesting. You don't know where its location is, do you?
Oh yeah, I know exactly where it is. I'm going to get it I'm going to pick it up Tuesday.
Yeah,
no big deal.
When you say that, do you know where it is? Big Sword laughs really hard. A legendary sword, and she knows where it's at.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick it up Tuesday. Yeah. My friend's holding it for me. Yeah. My friend's holding it for me, shining it up and everything.
What if I was able to describe a place?
A place?
I mean, I can describe a place too. What kind of place?
Not where your weapon may be, but something that may help. It's kind of foggy, so once I have this dream again, I'll mention it again. But
okay.
I'm on the weird side when it comes to visions, but you guys have seen me zone out a few times, right?
I don't really pay attention to all you guys that much. I figure you all have your own weird problems.
Sometimes my problems become very good benefits.
I did some study over alchemical processes while I was younger in my days, and I read about some sort of blue gold, which is used in the process of magical artifacts that extend beyond the mortal realm. Though I don't know exactly, but there was only a few mentions of it, and most of it was from this alchemist that was mostly discredited from his viewpoints about gods and such. Though blue gold, as this said, could be some sort of material that might be able to construct a god killer like that sword you talked about.
So pause. Above game. Is this something you're making up, or is this something in D&D? Because this is not something I know of.
No, this is something my character is making up that he's read.
Cool. That's fine. Just want to make sure.
Nope, not a real thing.
Sure, not a real thing.
Yep. Sorry. Subtle hints. Subtle hints. Hey, there's some things here.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Where are we going? You can resume. I'm just thinking of things. I had to double check D&D stuff and just make sure that wasn't a thing that I didn't know about or X or Y. So cool, that's fine.
Yeah, I messed up on names. Sirik was the god of my guy that I'm actually trying to kill now. He's not dead. He wasn't one of the god of yeah, he was yeah, don't worry about it. It was Merkel. It was before Merkel. Whatever, doesn't matter. I say the right names. We'll figure it out later. No one probably remembers.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Milo just kind of says, "You are quite ambitious and stick as I like them. Young hearts beating for a purpose, even if it's maybe unachievable."
Yeah. There's been recent events that forced me to be more proactive, so... What who's this dog doing?
Yeah, you look back and you see the kids are on the table just just eating all the food. Trying to pour drinks and like she's like the kids just like just like knocking shit over as you hear in the background.
Yeah, so he says, like I said, something that's got me to be more proactive. So, excuse me, slightly out of character or doing too much, I guess.
I mean, I don't know your character enough to know that that's any different, but it's good to know.
Oh.
But I did have a quick question, which was a little bit concerning, and I wanted to bring it up sooner than later because I'm not sure how I feel. And he kind of like looks back at Tylo, kind of like as he approaches the kids' table and kind of looks forward at you all. How well do you know that gentleman?
I've known him for about a year. A little bit more, maybe.
Ever make it a thing to... I mean, only for a year? Was it this last year?
Yeah, I believe so. Something wrong?
Nothing before?
I mean, he's talked about his past, so I know a little bit about it, but not anything too deep. Usually tries to change the subject with a joke or some other random thing.
Why do you ask this? What is your concern with Tylo?
A couple years back, maybe about 2, maybe 3, I forget how long. And Stick goes, it was more closer than 3 than 2. There was some kind of event, some kind of demon that came trouncing down on some of our ships. It felt very similarly to the way he does.
I think he had brothers from what he mentioned, but
I doubt he's the only person who fights like a wrestler.
See, that's the thing, though. I know different fighting styles, but the way he moves is uncanny.
I don't know.
And the visage that he dons is similar.
Maybe we should ask him directly, or should we just kind of keep an eye out for what's going on?
I mean, we can ask him directly. I don't know.
You say demon, though. Like, that seems way outside of Tyler's ability.
Yes, what do you mean by demon?
2 horns, covered in flame.
Kai's eyebrows rise really high. What? So,
yeah.
Ignited or no?
I believe that's the term that they use for those infernals.
Yeah. So, did you see it when it happened, or was Inferno like in the process of igniting?
It was. It happened a ways away. It was on a different ship. All we could see was the ship being attacked, and the visage of the flames on the bridge. Kind of like the fire starts, the smoke rises, more fire spreads, shadows cast into the fire. Those with spyglasses were able to see more clear. A infernal with 2 horns, and he kind of like puts them on the side of his head. Flames jutting from the fist and body. Hard like carcopus, and he kind of like taps on the table like.
Yeah, that's not Tylo.
This is a big deal. What's the last you saw of this beast?
Where was that stick? And he goes, if memory serves, that was in the northwestern waters of Rhodey. which you know is the Kingdom of Rhodey, the northeastern kingdom, the Yellow Kingdom. If anyone would like to make a history check, you can do so to know more about the Kingdom of Rhodey.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that.
I think your earlier point, your earlier idea is a good one. Why don't we just ask him directly rather than being deceptive? Milo is fairly upfront, generally.
Unless you start prodding at things from his past, he tends to, like I said, make a joke of the situation. But we can try. I mean, he doesn't.
Victor and Zam, you would both know that the Kingdom of Rhodey is a primarily gnomish kingdom. Typically, I would say, is it with advantage or without advantage? Okay.
I think just a straight roll.
Yeah, was it a straight roll or an advantage roll?
It's without, yeah.
Okay, so 12. Yeah, you know where it is. Not sure what goes on there. Victor and Goku, you would know that this is like a very small people society. Goblins, gnomes, things of that sort.
Yeah,
Goku,
the gnome with the crown.
In other words, if you're tall, look where you're stepping.
Goku, you would know that the gnomish society is very anti-tall people, and tall people tend to sit. Yeah, you recall
they make honey or something. What do they do?
Yeah. Their main exports are honey and cereal wheats,
and they don't want people to know about their honey recipe or something.
They don't export their honey. Yes.
Yeah, they're like the Keebler elves or something. They're like, no.
Yeah, it's like Keebler elves.
I'm gonna go there and take all their honey and put it on a high shelf.
Yeah, we need to go take the king's crown because there's a gym in it.
Yeah,
and then hold it over his head as he tries to jump and get out. Yeah.
So you would know that you remember this because as you were traveling with your father when you were young, you had to make a stop there, and it was the only time that your father was ever really treated poorly, and you were treated better than your father, and you kind of remembered that because you were a small kid.
A small kid, yeah.
When we go there,
See,
Victor will
they're highest.
Short legs.
Like that instance right there, where you're inserting sections of my backstory into the world at large. I love that.
Yeah, you need to make more cool stuff that he can.
I mean, ideally, you make up that stuff, but I don't mind doing a little something.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Yeah, the more stuff you make up for the character, the more he can plug into things. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just I remember the discussion we had where it's tell the DM what we like. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying before, what I said I would redo it. Apparently, Siric's both. Siric is the one that was the god of the dead before Kellenvor kicked him out and took it, and then he became the god of lies and trickery and shit, and then killed Paul. So he has a lot of enemies.
Okay, well, good to know. And Milo's like, well, I don't mind telling him. I don't have the problem approaching him. I was just, I didn't know if there was, an alter ego or. Tylo, you mind coming back to the table over here? And Nora kind of nods at you. It's thank you so much. You can probably get the feel that Noir has not necessarily. She's rushing in the fact of being a big sister at the moment.
You know what?
It's not something she gets to do, so she's really excited. But it got a little out of hand. But she appreciates you stepping in for a minute.
I don't know if you
no problem. And I'm telling you, kids, peanut butter with apple is a very good combo.
Yeah,
no. Hey. It's better than it's better than cooked rats.
They all kind of go quiet. It was okay.
Does this character in its name does it have a line a space? Because I don't know why, but it's annoying the shit out of me.
Sure.
So, how?
Aha! I was right.
The things that annoy you, my friend.
Yeah, I
The
know.
things that annoy
It's so weird. Every time I see her, I'm like, she's got it. Someone.
She got a little something on the end there.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on there, but it's annoying me. I don't know why. It's uneven.
So Tylo just.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Tylo just goes. Yeah. Tylo just goes over here and pretends to sit on the chair, just keeping his body up.
Oh, okay, like pantomime
There's chairs
sitting,
at the
but
end.
Yeah.
You can sit next to the rock or the steel. I don't know, stone. Like with the.
It's not close enough.
Okay, well, I guess you don't like Victor. That's fine. But you and him were friends.
Tubbs like, do you want my seat? And he kind of like gestures to his lap.
Yeah, why not?
He's cool.
Tylo just sits on it.
Right, yeah. So you go and you sit on his lap. And what you were expecting to be kind of like a gruff, kind of like furry, like persona is very more fluffy than you'd expect.
Guy over there, wrong guy.
Yeah.
You're back.
He just looks up to Tubbs. You must give the best hugs. I have to ask you later.
Wrong guy. You're sitting on
Oh,
the
Tubbs?
Yeah.
It's the furry guy.
That's Stick.
Stick. Sorry. Everyone's so close. Everyone's so close together. It's hard to discern.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was Tubbs because he was right next to Milo.
Yeah.
It's only one chair away. It's not that.
As you kind of like sit in his lap too, you kind of like sit and like kind of like haha joking. You see Tubbs like, oh yeah, and it's just like another score for him. But you kind of get this like, and Victor, you've noticed this too as you've been like sitting by him. You at first thought like your like some of your circuits had or like your gears were maybe stuck and it was causing like this white smoke. It seems like Tubbs is like constantly surrounded by like a white smoke. So whenever you sit in his lap, then you kind of feel like that fluffiness. You kind of see like
like smoke fluffs out. Like if you.
Yeah, kind of like fluffs out.
Like a chalk person, like what kind of?
Say what?
Like the kind of
dandruff. It's like a fuckload of dandruff. It's like
yeah, in a way like dandruff, but it quickly like dissipates. But it always seems to be like perpetual.
It's dusty, kind of.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah. Beforehand, you had seen him like smoking a cigar, but right now he's not smoking. So,
Ooh. How did you
but
do that?
he's like, "Don't worry, I'll show you later."
I'll hold you
He's
to
like,
it.
"Oh, rat." So Milo goes, all things aside, Tylo, I don't mean to pry, but where did you learn how to fight?
In a ring?
The streets.
From a master, a book,
Well,
innately?
and a whatting?
Innately, like you just
Oh,
came to.
imitately. Yeah, I did
Sure.
imitate someone.
Who did you imitate?
So I started by this wrestler we used to see at the circus. Not circus, goodness. It was something like a circus. Anyways, my parents would take me and my brothers there every other week, and I kind of caught onto it. So I started to practice, and then I became good at it. And then I dropped it for a while, then I picked it back up, and then here we are.
Is there anyone you know who would have fought almost exactly like you?
Maybe?
And who is that person? Maybe.
Those okay, above game, Murderous, do you remember? Like, I tried listening to the audio of episode 20 or session 20, and it scuffed the heck and back.
Mhm.
Like, you can't even hear my voice through most of it.
Mhm.
So I'm not really sure if Murderous remembers the conversation.
Give me a context of the situation we were in to jog my memory real quick. Because I don't remember exactly what
Tylo discovered your lab.
Oh, yeah. When
then
Tylo discovered the Jellymen.
Yes, the Jellymen, and then it was like,
Yeah, I do remember Tylo talked a bit about his brother, I think.
Yeah, he Tylo mentioned it as a very sore subject.
Mm-hmm.
He meant so. Victor would probably know about who this person is. So I'm curious, did you want to wrestle too? I mean, I'm sure you were impressed with me. I was pretty good back there besides getting my butt kicked.
No, I ask because something that fought similarly to you destroyed one of our ships and killed a lot of people.
Wait, what?
Just
Was it a really big him? Like it fought your ship? Like it beat it up or something? Or was it like a guy?
it looked no bigger than a normal human, maybe a little bit wider than an average humanoid, but it kind of gestures to two horns.
Did it?
Wait, out of character, Prize. I'm sorry to interrupt again. Actually, I just wanted to clarify one thing. Did Tylo tell Victor about like his brother, like igniting or being consumed by the flames of that one thing? I don't remember if he did or not.
He did.
Okay.
He told him about that, but Tylo is deflecting at this point.
Yeah.
So if Victor wants to kind of push him to tell it to others, or
I wanted to ask before I started doing that.
Yeah, but basically,
these like different.
it was that scene where
you guys are going to.
We're not going to keep secrets from each other anymore.
Yeah.
But that was just between him and Victor.
Yeah.
Tylo, didn't you learn to fight from your older brother?
I
Victor explodes.
trained with him. Didn't really learn from him, but yes.
Who else did you train with other than him?
Since
A lot of people, but mainly him. So this person, when
wasn't much of a person. Talking too much more of a monster than it was a person. Still pretty fresh.
Yes, they describe what seems to be an inferno of sorts. Kind of interesting seeing that on the water, but
wait, it was in the water? I thought they could not swim.
Infernos can't swim. The Grand Duchy didn't swim.
yes,
Okay,
my
and
point was just
fire to
interesting
propel
having it
itself.
near the water and such a sort.
I was going to
We're
say,
getting off topic there. Back onto it.
No. Did he wear his did he wear like a suit or something? Did he pay a ticket?
No, I don't think he had intentions of paying normal fare. I'm just saying if you must understand my caution. I'm not looking to lose more of my men. If that's not you and you have nothing to do with it, it's fine. I'm not here to badger you.
Yeah. Let's take this from the beginning real fast. So some random guy fell out of the sky and started beating up people on your ship.
Correct.
So he just came out of nowhere. He didn't come on a ship. He didn't.
It was a night. Yeah, it was nighttime. We just saw kind of like a streaking star, and it fell onto one of the ships. And then we got word that something on the ship was attacking, and as we looked, this is what we saw. And you can kind of like see he kind of like opens his book and kind of waves his hand, and you can see kind of like picture by picture a ship, and then it like a thing, and just like a fight just ensuing, and very much these like wrestling moves being takedowns and like people being like kicked off the boat and like
and then,
I thought he was gonna pull like a flip book where he like all the pages have have ninja.
Yeah. I mean, essentially that's what it is. It's just like the book starts flipping, and then it's like unroll. This like storybook is like showing.
It flips really fast, and then shows starting it.
Yeah.
So after it did this, it just left after a while, or did it kill all you guys? I mean, you're not obviously dead, so
yeah, it just left.
So it just fucked with you guys and left. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that was him, but that's weird.
I mean, the purpose of the 2 horns is always a big deal, though. It's just something serious.
Yeah, maybe it's evil Tylo.
What's the purpose of the 2 horns?
It's the strength of it. Inferno. It's tied to it. In a way.
So it's Infernal Tylo.
Yeah, Victor's kind of giving Tylo a bit of a, an I know glance, because Victor obviously does. Tylo probably guess Victor doesn't want to bring it up around all of them.
I say you and Kai, can roll insight checks on Tylo.
Yeah, Artemis like, so you got like an evil twin brother or something that like
3. Wait, maybe we can. No, 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Clap.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's 17 just because of the under pressure performer. He's trying to keep his cool in this situation. But Artemis and Kai, and unless that 16 comes with any modifier, does it?
It does. This is from Tubbs, the person you're sitting on. It's like you're getting physically tense, and he's like, something okay?
Your butt is clenched.
Why's your butt tight?
Damn it, guys! There goes the joke. It's like, hey, you're getting real tight back here. Are you okay? But go ahead and continue. What were we saying?
So Kai, Artemis, and I guess Tubbs would notice as several instances of Tylo becoming being very uncomfortable. His hands are kind of moving over the place. I guess he's fidgeting with a loaf of bread, just kind of picking off the pieces.
Yeah, Artemis asked if you had an evil twin brother that does what you do but opposite. He's like, oh.
With a mustache? I mean,
something like that. Instead of a mustache, he has horns.
I guess Kai with that natural 20. Tylo knows who this person is exactly. He's just not saying it.
Right.
Artemis, you can probably guess something similar.
Yeah. I something's up, but like Artemis is like, when I say oh, evil twin, she doesn't know exactly. Oh, it's your brother, but she's like, oh, okay. Maybe he's your arch nemesis. Maybe basically you know who this guy is they're talking about, but I don't know what he is to you. Yeah.
I mean,
what were you guys doing on the ship?
Hanging out.
I mean, most of the crew was resting, but I mean, we had just come back from a haul, and we were off the western coast of Rhodey. You probably understand he's referring to the Kingdom of Rhodey. And
I will see if he knows much about that place.
Okay.
As well.
Did the guy seem like he was doing looking for something?
So he knows as much as Kai about it. He's heard about it, but not much about it.
Yeah. You know a general location, but You're not really familiar. He didn't. We what things that weren't burned, we were able to salvage.
Did he have a catchphrase or anything?
I don't know. Screaming.
Yelling, "Get some!" like over and over and over.
Tyler, what is the phrase your brother would say?
Off the top of my head, he wouldn't really say a phrase if he's in the mask.
Right.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Though,
it's like, normal wrestler catchphrases.
Though the wild man, if he's acting on that, would hear an animalistic, bordering on alien scream.
Wow, man knows no fear.
Okay,
wow, man knows no pain.
He goes, I don't know if you consider, he didn't say anything, but he kind of flips the book and you see the same kind of, the fight happening. And as the last, individual on the ship was, dealt with or, killed or thrown off the board, off the ship into, freezing waters, you hear that same kind of guttural alien kind of scream or growl, but more intense, more savage.
What's the point? What's the point in hiding it? You're not gonna be convicted of it, right? Just share it, dude.
Philo, is it him?
Chicken?
Tylo.
I guess Arms was right.
Goodness, we can talk about this later, can't we?
I think it's good now. There's a little pressure. You can handle it. Today's gonna be a great day for all of us.
Good thing he rolled high enough with disadvantage on that.
Philo, if we don't talk about it now, when?
Yeah. He's my brother.
Okay.
Your brother?
I was like, I'm right. I'm the best. Twin brother. Got it. Evil twin brother.
One of my older brothers.
I was close. Good enough.
Runner up.
I'll say half a point.
There was an incident, and
is he evil?
He ignited. I think he's hurt more than anything else. He can get angry, sure, but he wouldn't go as far as to kill people in life.
So he just
nobody's really themselves anymore after they ignite.
So he just goes around, wrestles people's on ships, and throws them overboard, then flies away. It's like an anti-superhero. Just comes up and fucks things up and leaves.
Artemis, I know it's your natural intuition, but maybe jokes are not the best.
I ain't a joke. That's what he did. He did that shit. I look at. I'm looking at the book and stuff like you see it, right?
Right there. Let's see. It's drawn.
Rewind that shit. Like, rewind the book.
I mean, also technically, he did it to pirates who are technically criminals. So if anything, he's like the Red fucking Hood out of character.
But he didn't do anything. He just like flew in, like fucked shit up and left. But he didn't do anything. Like they could have. He just like threw him overboard, right? Did he kill anybody?
Well, yeah, he killed about half that crew. Anyone that came up to like engage him, the people that were underneath, that stayed underneath, seemed to get away. But a lot of the people that were like thrown overboard suffered like broken ribs, and then like those puncture wounds ended up, filling water. So they probably died from like other things. But yeah.
Okay, she's like, well, okay, he randomly showed up, killed a bunch of pirates, and left. So I don't know. Maybe he thought they did bad stuff. Maybe he's like a vigilante.
So you spoke about him in like present tense. Is he still out there, or?
I assume he's out there fucking up other pirate ships, probably.
Most likely, being he's clearly rather dangerous.
I want to bring him peace. I thought maybe eventually he would have gone by now. It's been 5 years.
Bring him peace how?
God damn.
Since he ignited.
Is that why people who have ignited are, I guess to say, a charity case for you?
Ooh, charity case. You might want to choose those words just a little bit better. Just saying. Maybe. Okay, but this is a boat game. Maybe Prize and Victor or Tyler didn't take it as such. I don't know if that crossed the border. I'll let them decide. Ignore me.
To be fair, you know.
I mean, yeah. He did make fun of
Let me talk.
Yeah, so
Go for it.
All right. Tyler just looks up and says, "You'll get a free one on that. But no, this is your only warning."
Damn. Shit got real fast. I like this talk. This talk's going pretty well. So curious question. You and your brother. Yes, that. If he's still out there and you say you need to handle him, are you more willing to kill if necessary? You know, just putting the shoe on the other foot.
I'm thinking, honestly, I did not know if there was a way to help him. I thought maybe he already died, but apparently, how long ago was this, Milo?
About 3 years. Closer to 3 than 2, so maybe like 2.5 plus.
Interesting.
He could already be gone.
Are there any other reports or stories, rumors about anything similar happening?
Within the pirates, no. They had it scared a lot of pirates from, taking from the Kingdom of Rhodey because they thought that they had a way of enslaving. But I couldn't tell you for sure. If anyone would know, maybe there's more information about that individual within the Kingdom of Rhodey, but I wouldn't know.
I would think that there would be other. Oh, I'm sorry.
Family issues. I understand it, Tyler.
Anyways.
Would you like me to mark it on a map for you? I don't know if that's helpful.
Anything helps at this point, especially if he's still out there. And to answer your question, Kai, I'm not sure what I would do if I was in front of him, but I would try my best to give him peace. If anything at White Sails meant could be applied to Dieter, even if it took me 100 times to try, I would do it.
Yeah, you're probably gonna meet him. He's probably all pissy. You're gonna have to beat him up. You knock him out. You're gonna tie him up, and you're gonna keep yelling at him to stop being bad.
Yes, tie up the fire monster. Makes sense.
And when it doesn't
work, if Tylo is talking about that incident in White Sails with the music.
Yeah.
So he's not talking about beating him up. He's talking about bringing him to his senses.
Yeah, but if it doesn't work right away, you might have to like knock him unconscious and then play music at him while he's unconscious /
Yes.
he's in prison.
Yes, Tyler. If it's possible to grant peace to people you had met literally the day prior, then it is most certain that you can do it to somebody who has known you for much of their life after ignition.
I'm going to be the opposite end of that discussion and say that you know that those who have gone that far are beyond just simple music. Though they're still sentient, that level of power is a bit harder to defeat.
Yeah, and
I'm fully aware, Kai.
I'm just saying, the ones you did, they just got turned that day, so...
Yes.
Yeah. So, Buckin having an Infernal last more than, a couple of months is unheard of, let alone 2+ years. So, this is also one of those things, like, if you ever sat in front of, like, the Church of Soul, they'd deny it. Like, no. But it's more resounding to Kai, if anything. And Kai kind of, you've been getting whispers all night, and you hear another one, and it just says that their fury burns bright.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
Yeah, I could assume. And he'll say that out loud. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so, Ty, I just want to make sure that you don't hesitate if it does get to that point.
What was that laugh for?
What was that? Sorry, that was a dog or a kid screaming in my ear.
What was that laugh for?
So you say, time in it perfectly. I'm sorry, it was just something I was responding to. Thought that I had.
Who are you talking to? Tyler just looks around for your sending stone.
Just thinking out loud. Don't make this about me.
Tyler has his glasses on the inside, that.
Go for it.
25.
To be fair, is he talking
double?
To be fair, isn't he talking to himself? Is that himself?
Technically?
Yeah.
Technically.
But is he...
Sort of, not really.
Is it him, or is it evil him, or is it another thing inside of him? I don't know.
Like, Tyler's familiar with the Children of Gracefield and his research.
Oh, he told you outside the building that he has a voice in his head.
Yeah.
Depends on how serious you took him when he said that, though.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
I see you have a critic. I have a critic.
It's a little bit deeper than that. But, like I said, I just don't want you pausing and hesitating, thinking you could save someone that's this far gone. And standing in front of someone with that much power may just snuff you out as quickly as you breathe.
I'm not going to run away this time.
This time. So you've witnessed him before.
The first night, I took him home after he was gravely injured. I was fixing his mask from the ring. Fire burst from his room, knocked me against the wall. The neighbor had to dig me out. I was passed out for maybe 30 minutes or so. A trail of fire. I ran through it. I saw like Tyler's visage is starting to wig out a bit as he's recollecting as so many bodies. I passed back to the arena. The intensity of the heat across the other room vaporized. I ran. I
Ran so far away. You just ran.
I
Peeled and get away. Just jump out the window. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Tackle that guy? Like, what did you do? You immediately jumped on him.
Tyler just.
So he leaves the building?
Yeah, Tyler is going to excuse himself.
Hey, what about karaoke?
Yeah, I expected this much. So, I mean, I'm surprised we got this much fun, honestly. I've been pressuring him a lot recently. Started to feel kind of bad, but it's been a rough day, you know?
It was like, seemed pretty good day to me.
For you, mate.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up, but I had to be sure.
I was kind of sure, but this solidifies it, so.
You hear Sylvie just kind of look at Mila and goes, "It's almost as tragic as your case." It's like, "Thank you." Stop. He's like, Sylvie and Stick is just like, it hurts, man, but you should just, It's like, I know.
Yeah, he's gonna talk about. He's going out the room too.
Yeah.
Like slowly with all the people on this table.
Yeah, no. I mean, Tubbs looks at you, he's like, "Don't worry, baby, I'll let you lose me all night long." He's just like, no. But Milo just like, I'm not an emotional. I can deal with my emotions. I just haven't put them to rest yet. So what you're looking for? You're looking for Velta, yes?
Just like who?
So Velta. Velta is the Queen of the Pirates.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot. I don't like her name. No one wants to tell me her fucking name. I remember.
Velta is her name.
Okay.
So, right now she's in hideaway at a sacred ancient pirate refuge. One that's guarded from most sources of divining magics and seeing magics. But
Artemis names the place that we know. So is that it?
And goes, "How did you what?" And Stick kind of like looks at you like,
I'm really good at sniffing out booty.
Damn.
And yes, I mean it that way and anyway. Yeah, I know where that is. We were gonna go there next if we didn't find you guys. So, yes.
Oh, well. I guess then you don't need her card then, I guess. And he has like a card in her hand, and you would recognize this as a Vivery card that Jill had told you about.
Yeah, we need yeah, I think we needed that card too. Yeah. So Artemis like pulls out her like ancient book and shows like a super secret thing that she figured out.
And he's just like, God damn it. He's like looking at that your old book, and he's like, who would have?
Don't worry.
You kind of like,
this is the only copy, and we had to do a lot of shit to get this book.
he goes, might I? And he kind of like extends his hand to like look at the book.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Have fun.
Yeah, he goes to the page and kind of looks at it, and he kind of like, you see him kind of wave his hand, and instead of like the wax like inlays that Shell had like done, you see that the map kind of like shows itself. And in big, like, fucking letters, you see at the bottom, Gold D. Roger. And he's like, I fucking knew it. And he's just like, I mean, you read this book, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So he flips to the front, and he kind of shows you that Gold D. Roger was the first ever anointed, like, pirate king.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of shows you his book, and it basically says the same thing. And you see him kind of flip a page and then another page. You see like another pirate standing there, and then you see Velta, and he points at Velta and says, "That's his great granddaughter."
Okay.
So the fact that the Pirate King hid away to get to the pirate sanctum in a kind of, he's like looking in the back of the book. Is this like a nursery rhyme book? What the fuck is this? Just very like baffled. Like
Did they take Tylo's book?
It's not Tyler's book, but it's Artemis's book. But he's like looking through all the things that are just kind of like, it kind of takes some of the things that your book says, but it has more like in-depth things to them. So kind of like explaining the myth or blah blah. XYZ.
Yeah. It's like, it's more of like it was like hidden in this book, right? So it was meant to be confusing.
So yeah, you could probably assume that the author of this book was probably Gold D. Roger. So he probably made this informational book and gave it to someone, and whatever reason it was in a records library like that.
Yeah, it's coded.
Yeah. So he looks frustrated and just like,
all this time I spent looking for it.
I mean, I wasn't looking for this, but it is quite frustrating that you go through so many levels of keeping one's secrecy and our lives secret in that manner.
I had to save 2 cities to get this book, so
2 cities?
Yeah. 2 whole cities.
Stick is just like, I mean, I guess they earned it. I mean, if it took them 2 whole cities, I mean, I don't know very many people that would rescue 2 whole cities for an old pirate book that looks like it's for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think that the book was entirely the reason why we saved those cities.
I did that. I don't know what you're talking about. I was after that pirate booty. We already talked about this.
And he's like, just talking of rewards. He kind of goes. He kind of taps Stick on the shoulder, and Stick kind of opens up his pouch, and he kind of like lays like a sack of gold. And there's about 2,000 gold pieces there, and he says, "For your trouble. I wasn't intending not to pay you. I just had to kind of see your character before we talked about Velta, and since we seem of at least like-minded, I feel okay with sending you to her." And he kind of rips off a piece of the Vivery card and hands it to Artemis and says, but still kind of brings up the issue of the kids, and he kind of gestures to like Noir having like 3 of them in one arm and one of them hanging off one leg, and then very much like a chaotic babysitter, but totally basking in it, like totally loving it. What are we going to do with those?
I don't know. I'm
just
like,
they can stay on your ship.
Yeah, I guess.
You just plan
I
to
will say you can use my share of the gold to give to them to get them wherever the fuck. So I'm gonna deal with them.
I would like to get them to safety and out of the potential grasp of the Church of Soul. Let them live their own lives.
Indeed. In a place where they can't be touched or captured again by these worshippers of blood and kidnappers.
Yes.
So you intend them to take them to
Segundia. It would be the best option due to the recent expulsion of the church from there. Best decision the council ever made, in my opinion.
And to be fair, if they had a temple there that they're not using anymore, it turned into an orphanage for, I don't know, fire kids, whatever the fuck you call these people. I forgot. Too lazy.
Children of Gracefield.
Yeah, Grayson, whatever.
I have no objections with that. I just simply ask, what are your plans from here? I'd like to be there with you when you meet Velta to at least introduce. If you show up unannounced, I don't know how well that turns out for either party.
I see what it is. You like to watch. That's fine.
He's just like, I guess I can't really say no. It's like all these stories are things I've seen, so I guess that's a fair assumption. Yeah.
I'm sure you got some risque pages in there.
He's flush, like red in the face, and you see still Big Knife go, no fucking way! Did you know? And Stick like takes like a sip, like didn't want to say anything. You motherfucker! And Tubbs is just like whistling, like looking. Yeah, exactly. He's just like, oh, real mature guys. You knew this and you didn't tell me he had steamy romance, and you didn't share with me. That's fucked up. That's the lowest. I thought we were friends. And Noir goes, really? It was just you. You're the only one who didn't. She's just like, and she just like pours herself like another big drink.
Who's saying this?
So Noir with the kids looks at her and says, "You were really the only one who didn't know." And Sylvie, Big Knife, who I keep calling Sylvie, you know, is her real name is Sylvie. Gets like kind of like upset and just pours herself another drink.
Oh, you're into I don't know, romance novels? What's up?
Are you asking Milo or are you asking Sylvia?
Sylvia. I mean, she seems to want to seem upset, right?
Yeah, she's just like, no, I just, romance. He's like, Milo seizes the opportunity and pounces and goes, she's a hopeless romantic. She just wishes one day that some beautiful beautiful person comes and sweeps her off the battlefield and woos her. And just flush in the face, just red, just
Artemis is like, oh, okay, I get you. I'm gonna turn invisible, do my thing to keep my illusion there, teleport away, turn into some like prince in shining armor and come up behind her.
Totally, like, yeah, you go over, pick her up.
Artemis is like I walk by her. Like, I walk by, like, I came in the bar or something like that, and I walk by, and then I stop and turn and look at her, and give her, like, a look, like, make sure she's, like, eye contact, and I'm like, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Would you come away with me? I hold out, like, a hand, like...
Yeah, she's in the middle of, like, drinking her drink, and you say this, and she makes eyes with you, clearly, like, interested, and just, like... like a flower. Like this gruff, drunken pirate, like just candy. Yeah.
Yeah, I hold out my hand to take it. Yeah, and like,
I mean, I should. And then Stick is just like, you only live once. And she's just like very maiden-esque. Like, is it like the illusion or is this like?
No, this is Artemis. This is Artemis.
Yeah. She like takes your hand and just.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna try to away her somewhere and I don't know, fuck her. I guess I don't know. Do something with her. I don't know. Just have fun with her. Give her that thing.
Sure.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do something where it's like, oh no, I must away to my family's in it, right? Basically, like, I'm gonna give her a story. I'm gonna give her her romance story, but in like, for real, right? Okay. Yeah.
So we'll say for this.
I never seen a romance. I don't know any of these novels, so I don't know. But yeah, no, Illusion Artemis is still there, able to like interact and stuff. But
yeah, that's fine. So it's just like, I guess I'm going to miss karaoke, and just kind of like super different than the person you just met. Still that same gruff kind of voice, but like the rose that thorns, kind of fell off.
Yeah, Artemis, like, you can have fun, like the Illusion Artemis.
And it's like,
so while she's doing that,
Cubs looks at the like illusionary artist, like, so is that going to be you and me later? Are you going to sweep me off my feet too?
Oh hells yeah, you know it, big guy.
he kind of like winks at you, and you see like a puff of smoke come out like in a heart. And Milo's just like, can you stop with the smoke? It's like, I can't help it, man.
I guess Armor's like, what's with all the smoke? You're not smoking, but you're smoking. What's going on?
How versed are you in sea tales?
None at all. So, like, you got cursed by some kind of sea witch or something?
Kind of. Not a sea witch. A fruit, more specifically. There's these weird fruits, and no one quite knows how they're made or why. But consuming one removes your ability to swim. Just the mere touch of seawater.
Okay. I thought some gay dude, like you fucked some gay dude wrong, he cursed you or something. Okay. Fruit,
no.
not. I get you.
Yeah, no, yeah. Is that picture just the sigh of just unapproval of what just happened?
Wait, what? No.
Oh, you're coming through.
That was just me exhaling heavily, yeah.
Yeah, you came through and it's just Victor going,
No, Victor judges in complete silence.
Okay.
That was murderous chuckling, but as in Victor's... Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
They say, no, like an actual fruit. He ate a piece of fruit and...
I gotcha.
And he gained the ability to produce and other kind of, he's like, yeah, man, watch, and he kind of, you see him, his like form kind of dissipates for a second, and kind of turns into this like ethereal cloud of smoke.
Okay,
and he's just like,
you ate magic fruit that made you magically turn to smoke.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Exactly.
One Piece.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like One Piece. I haven't watched One Piece, and that's like the only thing I know.
So the one that, the one that lets you not swim. Why can't you just sink? I don't know how you not swim.
So the ancient mythos goes that these powers were kind of too strong for mortal men, and as a way of keeping men from using these powers, they said that they bind them to the lands of which they reside, basically making them unable to cross the sea. So if they ever attempted to swim or touch the sea, it saps them of all their power, and they just drown and die most of the time.
Okay, so it's not necessarily can't swim; you just die. You just lose your power and die. There's a lot more there than just can't swim.
I mean, do not pass go. Do not click.
It's like you're like a wicked, you're like a witch.
It's not instantly die. It saps you of all your strength.
You energy your strength, and you just sink to the and drown. Yeah, gotcha. Mm-hmm. So you're a witch, but not just
man,
water.
I can't swim.
That also makes sense because you're all hairy and getting water. Yeah, still harder to swim too. Okay, so all the fruit makes you not be able to swim, or just that?
Yeah, but Milo says yes. Most of the fruits make you not swim, but some fruits, not all of them are smoke related.
Yeah. So like it's
types.
Yeah, they give you some power, but then you can't swim.
Yes. It's a give and take, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Tubbs is the only one in our crew that is they call them devil fruits, but devil fruit user. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But so we were talking about Milo kind of redirects the conversation. Says, so when do you plan to go meet Velta? Do you plan to go immediately, or do you plan to drop the kids off?
Nah, we're probably gonna go immediately because kids are other direction, right? We can make a triangle, go up to her, come back down, be done. Where's the super cool pirate hangout? Is that anywhere around? Where's that at?
You mean the ship or the city?
Yeah.
he kind of like, yeah.
Is that, okay, you don't have to tell me, but is it closer to where Delta is or closer to where Sagundian is?
Oh, I don't know exactly where. And he takes his book and kind of flips it backward, or basically shows you the back of the book, and you see kind of like a compass. You've seen a compass similar to this before. You actually would see it. Victor has something similar. And this is to direct him to where the ship is. Mm-hmm. It's like, I know the general direction of it, but I don't know where exactly it is.
Yeah, because I know what's going to probably happen. We're going to go there, she's going to be the damsel in distress, I'm going to have to save her and go kill the bad guys for her, and then she's going to fall in love with me, and we're going to live happily ever after. I don't know, something like that. I'm probably going to have to go to that ship eventually and kill that Teach guy.
I mean, that is our goal. I thought you said you didn't care about the pirate nonsense.
Well, I don't. If she was like the king of the, I don't know, elephants and something else took over her thing like a tiger, then I'll have to go kill the Tiger King. I'm just saying. I will say lion, but like, is this getting to Lion King territory? I'm just saying, like, I'm not doing this for, like, you. I'm doing this for me, obviously. And they're probably,
as you said,
yeah, and I point at them like they're tag along because they're gonna do it for you because, oh, they're chumps.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to say, all I'm imagining right now is fucking Joe Exotic fighting Simba because of what Spike said.
Yeah. I would say hyenas and lions and stuff, but I was like, eh. Now he's no longer Tylo. Okay. Now he's like Superman. We don't know who he is anymore.
Again, these are just the glasses he typically wears when he uses his Vistage. I just never put the art for him. They're simple, but it shapes his face good.
He looks cuter with them on, I'll say that.
That's high praise in my book coming from Murders, let me tell you.
Well, I mean, it does. I mean, he has the, yeah.
Tyler has the himbo look down.
Okay. Yeah, so...
give me...
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I just need a second to get some water.
No, I was going to keep going, but I'm...
Dry heaving.
Yeah, that's going to finish.
Yeah, if you're going to just roleplay, go ahead. I'll be right back. I just need to get some water, yeah.
I'm going to wash my hands, like, a minute or two.
We'll take a quick intermission while I get some water. Sorry, guys, I'm still coming off of that, like, cold, so...
I knew you were thirsty, Nick, but wow.
You know...
I love the romance. Then get some. I mean, aren't you one yourself?
Ooh, low blow, man. Low blow.
Not low enough. Oh, goodness. So, I guess Victor is just...
Victor would come over to Tylo. He would also start like helping Nora and Tylo with the kids again as well. Like,
quick question, you guys.
No.
No, only slow, lengthy questions. We need essays.
You guys want to hear my birds?
No.
Sure.
I would like to continue my roleplay. I would like to continue. This is the exact thing we talked about. Come on, don't be sad.
I just came in. Sorry.
Yeah. Afterwards.
Okay.
I returned.
Yeah, Tyler. That slight bit of like paternal instinct that Victor had when you like came to his house all beaten up and shit. It's kind of coming out a little more around these because he's helping like deal with them and shit. And after like a lull moment, he would like stand back up next to you. You okay?
I'm checking.
It's nothing I haven't gone through before. Ew.
Just because
It's a
you've
lot.
gone through it before doesn't mean it's something to just brush off.
Okay, I'm back.
It seems like you were taking the water down in both pipes, boy.
Gross.
Well, you're the one that was doing it. Anyways.
It's all good. I
Ah,
got cough drops now too, so hopefully that'll be a little better. Everyone back or not? Not yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
anyways.
I'm back.
I'm making a Walmart order.
Josh, you still there?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, murderers. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just gotten one of my chicks in my hands, and I wanted to come over and share it with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have 4 right now, and we have 1 just on the way. He just cracked the egg.
Oh.
Hey, you guys want to hear my lizard? I got her up to the mic right now. Yeah. Hear that? The whole lot of nothing. The whole lot of nothing.
Lizard people, when their lizard moves 0.201 inches, it's a lot.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. I got Kiwi's on top of Victor's hat. Let's say that right
Victor
now.
probably didn't even
So-
notice he's there. Just
Yeah.
So as you guys are having a conversation, Tyler kind of comes in and starts playing with the kids, or hanging around the kids a little bit more.
Yeah.
yeah. Victor,
So-
Victor went over to him and
What was
started
the last
help.
thing Victor said?
he mentioned that even though it's something that you have dealt with before, it doesn't mean it. It's something that's to just brush off.
In time.
I mean, I've
Good.
No, you go ahead.
If Victor's going to continue talking, Tylo would wait a few seconds.
I've lost and had to replace mechanical limbs several times. It's not exactly something I'm just going to get used to either. Sucks every single time.
You'll
He's
have
waiting for
to.
your response.
I learned to get back up again. I just need time. Time and a place to deal with these things. And this is not really the place. I thank you, my friend. Even though our circumstances are at an odd juncture, trust me when I say I thank you for consoling me.
Of course.
Hmm.
What
Are
other
you-
purpose is there to have a friend? As I said, I will very much assist you with such an endeavor. It would be not only valuable to me, but the right thing to do.
Victor, do you know? I guess. Yeah. Are you familiar with the term the curse of knowledge?
Is this Tylo asking him that, or are you asking me that?
I am asking you. I don't know if my accent's distinct enough between myself and Tylo sometimes.
Yeah. It's it's basically just like like you'd rather have a comfortable lie than the hard truth, right? Something like that.
No. So the
Or-
curse of knowledge is
Oh wait, it's when you understand something better than somebody else, right?
Ignorance
I'll
is
let you explain
bliss.
it. If I'm wrong.
basically you understand something. So you take your knowledge. The curse of knowledge is something you've taken as a given for something you are well versed in. Like something you take as a given to know that someone else who is new, you have higher expectations for, or a higher threshold of what is the bare minimum. Would Victor be suffering from the curse of knowledge often?
All the time.
Okay.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
The only thing about moving
That's yet to be seen, Zan.
Oh, damn. Tyler's on fire today.
Yeah, dude, you're destroying
yeah.
And not in the Inferno way.
I don't need that.
Not even my final form.
I don't even need to ignite to burn you.
Stop it.
Alright, kids.
Alright. So Victor would not pick up on what is happening right now. But yeah, Tyler's just continuing to help the kids wipe some smudges off their face, helping them blow their nose, teaching them that the trident is only meant for good and not to throw at your enemies. And then fails maybe once or twice when they start throwing at him.
Yeah, that's what, one of the things Victor is doing when he went over there. He's helping Nora and Tylo out with the kids, keeping them controlled. That rare bit of paternal instinct coming out of him again.
Like, Tylo is controlling the chaos. He's redirecting the chaos. It's all in good fun, even when they... Yeah, Victor's trying to bring order, Tylo's redirecting the chaos. And when I said that throwing of tridents, it's like in a fun way.
Yeah. So, I mean, around this time, Big Mama has come with, like, this, like, big tub of, like, water, and she kind of sits in front of the table, and Noir kind of, like, sits there with a towel and, you know, cleans them, like, you know, rubs their arms, you know, general, like, cleaning things, and, you know, simple triage and things like that, kids' clothes, and, you know, you guys help, and Tyler, you do see that the boy with the burnout on his head, his forehead, is reluctant to remove his like clothes. As it is, he takes out. You've seen him without a shirt, but you see that there's all kinds of bruises and welts and things like that you previously had seen. But you also see that as they take off, like towards his like legs, his like hindside. There's also burnout going from his like waist down on both sides, from the backside, like on the posterior. He's also what looks like one of the like eating knives that have been like put on the table to help like carve meat. He seems to have tucked it away. I mean, I guess at this point, Victor, you probably also see this, as he's a child and not very good at hiding things.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I can't hear anything. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Victor would pick up the knife, actually.
Yeah, easy enough.
Yeah. I understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like cut this kid.
Just stabs that little shit in the eye.
No, he was like ripping it from his like waistband or something. It's like he's like, wait.
No, you take it gently. Yeah. Victor would just kind of look at him while holding it.
I can understand why you took this. You're still likely skeptical of us, are you not?
He shakes his head no.
Not you guys, but who I find next.
Yeah. It's he musters the. He doesn't even muster it. There's a quick pause to kind of like not size you up, but like he probably is not going to understand me. But I mean. He's
the child sized me up.
Yeah.
Big robot man? Yeah, I can take him. Yeah.
No,
he sizes you up.
More so, it's more like, should I even bother telling him? He's probably going to tell me something like, I'm just a child, blah, blah, XYZ.
Uh-huh.
And he says, along the lines of, he says, it's not you I'm worried about. It's the next ones who try and take us. And I don't have the strength to protect us. Very, the protective brother of the group, it seems.
Yeah. Victor would get down on one of his knees to be kind of like at eye level with him.
Don't worry, son. We're going to be getting you out of here, away from here, somewhere safer. You won't have to fight for yourself anymore, at least for a while. You're strong. I can tell that. You clearly wanted to protect the others as best you could, and
he would take the boy's arm just to some of the burnout.
You'll overcome this pain. You endured that cult. You'll endure this. You'll heal. Give it time.
You can see that dark, edgy broodiness of the teenager, and he just kind of doesn't fight you on it because he doesn't see how he could even wrestle a knife away from you, anyways. But the girl that Tylo was Julie, kind of comes over and kind of beckons him, and you can see that she has on this very warm pink and white clothing, and she's just they've got clothes, and they you see Big Mama has a chest full of just random ass sized clothing, and Noir is playing dress up with all of them and getting them clothes and things like that. And he kind of looks at you, and he looks at Tyler, looks at Victor, and just says, "I hope you're right," and just kind of goes on.
Yeah. Before he leaves, Victor dips his finger in a little bit of the water, wipes a little smudge off his forehead there,
It is a tragedy that you had to fight for yourself for I don't know how, who knows how long, but you shouldn't have to go through that. Nobody should when you're this young.
Just kind of nods, and you kind of take some of the water and kind of rub it, try to clear some of the smudges off of his forehead, and as the water and metal kind of cross over the burnout, it produces steam. And it doesn't hiss, but you can visibly, as close proximity as you are, you could hear. But it's not a loud, more just a hot pan that's you just kind of briefly touch.
And there you guys go. You saw it all in plain view. Victor with compassion.
I know, right?
No one's there to witness it.
They're approximately 50 feet away.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one sees it, does it really happen?
They're approximately 15 to 20 feet away, so...
We're busy talking about stuff, and...
Yeah.
Artemis is in two places right now.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating life.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, it's possible for you to notice if you choose to.
Sans Aquaman.
I choose to.
It's fun. I choose not to because it's funnier.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler's literally the only one that sees this.
Yeah. So Tyler's gonna be one that tells us about this. Really? I don't know about that.
If y'all are whispering it, I'm pretty sure Kai can overhear some stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's talking out loud. He's not really whispering.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess I could have moved the conversation to them.
And this is when Kai just gets out of his chair and shouts, "Don't you try to fake compassion again!"
Yeah, he probably just smile on the inside and continue just soaking.
Artemis, you were doing what?
I was gonna talk about all the minions because we were supposed to do that tonight too. So.
Yeah. You see, kind of Tink, kind of in her chair, kind of swinging her feet, and they kind of, as they sway back and forth, you hear just clink, clink.
Yeah.
Clink,
So what did
so
Tink? What did you do before you were a homeless garbage eater person?
Jeez. Are you saying this at the table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Savage.
Yeah, you see,
more garbage.
You see Milo just questioning, ooh. You see Stick kind of motion to Big Mama, and she comes with more food, and they put food on the table, and she just looks it as if, is it okay? But eventually she warms up and goes. What are you saying, Kai?
So she said, like, is this the torture that Victor was talking about?
What?
Jeez.
I'm asking her what she was before that. What do you mean? I need to know.
You didn't say it that easily before. You were much more worse.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Just continue talking to your garbage eater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She ate garbage. That's what she did. She told me that. I don't know much about her. I'm
talking
getting to
about
know her.
Trouble past like that. Jeez.
Is it troubled? I mean,
right. I used to eat garbage. I didn't have much in the way of money.
Yeah.
Things.
And now you got food. Here, eat food.
yeah. So it's like it's good, and she like takes like her giant plate and like scoops them off of like. It's like clearly way too much for like Tink to eat.
Yeah, it's fine. You guys right. It's good.
You can see that Kai doesn't have. He hasn't touched his food at all.
Mm-hmm. We'll deal with that in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. We'll deal with that one in a minute. We're gonna unpack that one here. She's just like, before or after you captured and tortured me? I mean, the other you.
Both.
Captured.
So before the other me, my evil twin sister, I guess, whatever you want to call her. Before she did that, what were you before that?
I was a daughter. My mom was a what are those women that invite men to talk?
Oh, gotcha. She's a prostitute. Okay.
Yeah, so she talked to men for money.
Sure.
And yeah, you see her kind of like rubbing her nose, like,
yeah,
very innocent. Yeah, super innocent. Like God. It's like, but then mom got sick. Couldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't want to talk to a sick person, I guess.
Mm-hmm. STD's got it.
And then she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't have a place to live.
Mm-hmm.
So I was walking around and I had a funny feeling in my head. And then I looked up and there you were and the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And then and she kind of like looks down at her. You can kind of see her like prosthetic. She kind of pulls out and kind of gestures to it, and it's clearly not made for her. It is the most like put together things, and you're not even sure how it's held together at the moment.
Yeah, Victor likes making crap. Maybe he can make you some better legs.
It's not even just her legs; it's also her hand.
Her hand,
yeah.
Or Victor can make you a half robot. I don't know what the fuck he is. Steelborn. Fix your steel bone parts. He likes doing that stuff. He really likes those people for some reason.
I don't know what. He's the first I've ever seen like that.
Okay, so that happened. So immediately after you became homeless, you ran into my evil twin, and then they tortured and did bad stuff to you, and then you ran away, or you got away, or
that same kind of feeling when you see things happen around me. I just kind of got stressed and
got away.
Kind of just and
then you got help some kind of way to make whatever this stuff is and patch you up, and then you've been homeless ever since.
Some old guy. He kind of had like a white beard, and he kind of like points to like stick. It's kind of like that, and it's just like really long. And he kept calling me child, and he took me to a home. And there was a lot of other little kids there. They could do fire stuff too. I don't know. What did you call those people? He kind of like points to
Children of Grayson or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, the Children of Grayson.
Yeah,
I think they were them. And he said
the guy just chuckles. Doesn't even try to correct him.
This old guy took care of us for a little bit, and then these people in black and white and blue showed up, and I ran, and I felt bad because I couldn't help because he was so helpful and nice to me, and all the kids, and she kind of like breaks down a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. So the old man.
Kai, this is starting to sound really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So the old man's dead? Did you go back and check on him?
I don't know if he was dead. He was already kind of hurt. Had a big wound to his chest, and it went from like he kind of shows you that he had like some kind of scar, some debilitating wound from his like right side to his left side.
Okay.
Do you remember this old man's name, by chance?
And she's like studying real hard, like thinking. What was his name? Most of the kid just called him Pops. But I think he signed. He wrote his name like this, and she kind of like moves the things, and you see that she kind of like scribbles and does like a big G, and then does another little scribble.
So
I don't know if that means anything to you.
So it's like script.
Now you can't say like. And you said what happened to this old guy?
I don't know.
Sure.
He told me to run, and as fast as I could, and
yeah,
that was the last I saw.
We can go check on it. The place.
So does the name Gomez ring a bell to you?
I look at the script or the handwriting she wrote. Could that spell out Gomez potentially?
Yeah, that could probably spell out Gomez. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like him.
Wow. So he helped save you too.
Pops?
Yeah, I know Pops very well. Saved me as well.
Oh, why didn't you say so? I mean,
I'm sorry, I've been dealing with a lot today. This is more to the fire.
Yeah, he's dealing
no
with
pun intended.
Yeah, girl problems, all that stuff.
I've been dating, but yeah, so
girl
technically
problems,
he was
problems, yeah.
Juno's dad in a way. He took her in for a lot longer than I was. But you sound so like distraught. So
I don't know how to feel. Most of the time when I tell people they're not so sad, and then you're really sad. So I didn't mean to make you sad.
No, it's fine. I didn't expect.
No, okay, never mind.
Good. I didn't expect Gomez to do too much more than what he's done.
Zan's just looking over like, you're just great with kids, aren't you?
Yeah, Artemis went to hug Tink, but she just goes through her. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not here. My bad. Remind me to give you a hug later.
Hey, could you tell me anything else about Gomez?
Yeah. Well, what do you want to know?
Did he? You say he sheltered other kids, right?
Yeah, he used to coddle us a little bit and just say that it seemed like this was the only thing he was good for. And he said that maybe this time it'll be different. And then that day where the people in black and white and blue came, and the guy with the yellow hair and the one, and she holds her hand over her eye, and you instantly know who she's talking about. This is probably the seven.
Yeah. The one that saw us in the courtroom.
No, not him. Not Leo.
Another?
The other. The one you specifically know about.
Okay, gotcha.
The one you saw at the underneath the orphanage.
Okay.
Didn't the orphanage burn down though?
I mean, are you asking above game or are you asking in game?
You told
We
us
put many orphanages down.
I mean, like, the
Many
conversation.
orphanages.
Yeah, the conversation didn't talk about the orphanage.
If I had a nickel for every orphanage that was burned,
Yeah, so
I'd have
the question makes sense now. In game.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense in game. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess he'll be like, yeah, I mean, he was good at what he did, but I'm pretty sure he could have done it. But you say he dismissed you. Did you see anything after? I'm sorry, I was zoned out. Or did he just like help you guys escape and then turn back to be dealt with?
He told me to run with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah, he
tried
was
to get them
wounded.
as quick, but he was wounded. And then I tried to help, but then that thing with my I guess powers happened, and then I was just somewhere else, and I didn't know where anyone was. And she's like, kind of like hyperventilating, trying
Being
to like,
frantic, yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I'm like, yeah, our defense is like, bro, Soda, hug her. Do something, comfort her.
Yeah. But Flo kind of like takes your place and kind of like,
Just like a robot, just automatically going to hug her.
Yeah. They kind of like
yeah,
calm
don't
her down.
deal with that.
Do something. Help her. I don't know. Maybe kiss her. I don't know. Do something. Do like mom stuff.
I think Tubbs gives you best hugs. Ask him.
Nope.
Nope.
That was for later.
Alright, so can only hope that old man made it out of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it happened here. We can go check on him.
Yeah. But knowing the 7, they'd probably take it for holding refugees. You can check that. It'll be good to see him if he's there.
Mm-hmm.
You tell him about you.
Or someone might know where he went. Or if something did happen to him.
Yeah.
Just remember that this is.
What?
Did
Did he wake up or was that me? Okay, yeah, that was okay. That was him. I was very sure.
He's gone.
Like, Nick just leaves forever.
Yeah, he goes back.
He's
Yeah,
back.
Never comes back. Never.
He's like, fine, you guys DM.
No,
No, it's
Robot. Everyone's. All your races are changed to Steelborn.
Victor is just turning human, and this is what he hears. Swig your butt is now a human.
Victor's love of Steelborn and hatred of organics was so strong that he turned everyone else into Steelborn by sheer force of will, but at the price of becoming organic. But at the
A small price to pay for salvation. The strongest of choices require the hardest of wills.
Nope, not
and
better.
Victor has an iron will.
Say something again? I think you just better.
No. Did you?
Nope, still
Nah.
no.
Nope, don't even try it.
Damn.
Yeah, so we got the shared screen, or the thing that you shared with us, and I'm checking through. I see what you're talking about. So we got lefty and righty.
Yep. So, she says that, but after that, I hit on ships and ended up here.
Wait. You hit on ships at. Oh, so it wasn't here. Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm not from here.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then. I thought he would be like around here somewhere. So where would this happen at?
That. Belong.
Balam. Okay.
I think it was Belong.
Sure.
Yeah, but she. Yeah, Belong. Yeah, that's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kai, you remember that the event that happened wasn't in Belong, but you could believe him low. It makes sense. He's familiar with the area, so.
Mm-hmm.
turning my download back on. Thought Nick was dying because of my download, but nope, he's just dying.
I don't need to I killed myself.
Okay, who got Godsbane when Nick wasn't looking?
You should kill yourself now.
What?
Oh, murderous.
Oh, okay, it's murder.
Nick mate said something about killing himself, so I hit my kill yourself button. So I hit my
Oh, maybe you gotta unplug your internet and plug it back in.
Probably.
Have you tried seducing your router? Yes, turning it off and turning it on again. Seducing.
Well, seducing and then admitting that you have a scat fetish.
Okay, hold on. We have to. Okay, the scat fetish comes first. Remember, we gotta turn it off. Then
Oh, yeah, you're right.
then play it off like it's a joke and
I have no
tell
idea
it.
what's going on. I don't know what this guy thinks.
I don't either.
It's a joke about turning it off and turning it on again. We're just taking it to a step further and then elaborating on it.
What does scat have to do with it?
You are
let us
dead. You are dead.
Yeah. Turning it off and on? What is...
We can talk about it later.
Yeah, I don't know what the correlation is.
I'll teach you later, Stylo. I mean Spike.
I don't get what off and on and scat have to do with each other.
There's
Oh, it was.
absolutely
Yeah.
The joke is that scat would turn someone off.
What?
Have you heard of
Arousal. They drive to my arousal.
like
Yeah, but off and I don't. But what scat have?
If you're into the kink, you get turned on. If you're not into the kink, you turn.
and generally scat is not something that turns people on.
Yeah, that's a
Also,
weird
people-
stretch.
It's not that weird of a stretch.
I don't
It
think
makes
most
sense.
people are into poop.
Mm-hmm.
Why, Spike? Is that something you're into?
Let's drop it and move on.
Please.
Let's get to a toilet first.
Yeah, let's move on.
Aye.
Yeah, but you're breaking up still. Yeah.
I'm taking psychic damage just hearing this.
Yeah.
Good.
Alright. So Milo looks at you and goes, that's horrid. And asks you, do you know who is speaking of black and blue men? Black and white and blue men?
Yeah, so it's the fire force looking for any kind of nudges behind or nods towards the kids behind them. Kids like us.
He goes, I see. Shit.
So
Seems overlevel.
try again.
Yeah, I used to break.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
He says,
Died again.
How many times are we going to keep killing him?
I don't know. You
I
might
mean,
try. You might want to try your phone or something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, Prize, but I'm having fun. So.
Yeah, I'm looking
Of course,
for.
the Steelborn has the internet connection.
Looking for headphones or earbuds. Because headphones are too hot in my ears and annoy them.
He said we'll call it for the night.
Yeah, we're near our end point anyway.
Yeah. I figured it was be
Okay.
2 weeks of talking anyway, so we can pick it up next week as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cliffhanger, we found out about Old Man, and he is potentially alive, dead, or in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And Victor is gonna dunk on his cybernetics designs next
Or
session.
all three.
It's gonna.
oh yeah. Should we save the talk between Tylo and Victor for next week, or
Yeah, let's save it.
okay?
Cool.
Yeah, we can pick
Wait.
up on the minions because Victor still needs to talk to the minions as well, and I think
I gotta
Tylo's
fix her
probably.
legs, and I gotta get her to sing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tylo's gonna want to talk to Artemis about minions as well. So
When do we?
Yeah.
Is it next week?
It's this week.
Oh, okay, yay!
Oh yeah, we level up this week.
This will be.
It's the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, every 4 weeks we've been doing.
Yeah.
Nick just said this week, so yeah.
Yeah, end of the month. Yeah, the last week of the month, sure.
All the theological talk and make San want to pursue being a cleric.
Didn't we just level?
The concept
No.
of gods
No,
controlling the
we
world makes
le-
Victor hot with rage, so he gets maximum overdrive.
The last time we